why don't we introduce Cliff first, and he'll introduce his character, and he'll start things off for us. So, Cliff, why don't you tell us who you're playing today?
I am playing Aston Courtney. He is a slick talking, gun toting son of a rich socialite. Um, and through recent events that have unfolded in the story, the company that the original group is working under, Ultra Unum, is it? Why am I not saying
Astra
this right?
Unum.
It's not coming out. Astra Unum.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
Latin
Wow,
for
brain.
Stars United.
Yes. Uh, um, Started working with my father's company, the Brax Courtney Enterprises, and we are off on an adventure. And as of last episode, we were meeting with a particularly delightful individual in a cell who we may or may not have paid to be kidnapped. Um, Trying to sweet talk some information out of him.
Yeah, and it went pretty well. It went pretty well. So, and why don't you, while you got the spotlight, tell them about your other stream and where they can find you at.
Sure. So I also stream Dungeons and Dragons every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I run a post-apocalyptic modern Savage World game Saturday 8 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Which, hold on, I have a command I can do because that's snazzy. Quests and Cliffhangers on Twitch. Yeah, so if you like interactive streams or anything like that, hold on. Why did my bubble tea emote not go? Hold on.
It did go.
I bought a bubble tea. Did it?
Oh, your bubble tea?
Yeah, I changed your dye into the bubble tea.
Oh,
And it's not showing I unlocked
weird.
it.
Weird.
Hold on. We are not having this.
Yeah, I have to re-unlock it every time I come back.
That's weird.
Man. Well, yeah, I mean, normally you have to re-unlock it. They do that so you just can't unlock a person's emote forever. But it's not letting it save for some reason. Hold on, let me do the grayscale that I normally do.
I haven't fooled with a lot of that stuff yet. To be honest, I ain't figured it out, a lot of it.
I don't know. It doesn't want me to do it.
And Matt, why don't you tell us who you're playing today?
I am playing Arthur Haeckel. He is a young scientist and inventor. He's kind of on the run from a corporation, and it looks like we may have just Dracotech, and we just ran into them. So we'll see how that turns out.
You might keep running into them on this adventure too, so we'll see. I don't know.
Like repeatedly and with force?
Yeah, yeah,
you die.
You might. So
that doesn't seem likely.
No, not at all. No. What about Jeremy? Jeremy, tell us who you're playing today.
Hey, I am playing Levi Roosevelt. He's an old space cowboy kind of person, captain of this crew, likes playing with armor, likes shooting pistols, and is a clone, and thinks Sam Elliott from Tombstone, except from the future. That sort of a thing.
Very cool.
Is what I'm aiming
for. If Sam Elliott was wearing like StarCraft style like metal armor.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which is a beautiful, glorious picture in my mind.
I have to go see if he's ever had a role like that.
That would be dope. And then last but not least, of course, Shaun, tell us who you're playing.
I'm playing Spencer Witt. He originally came to the group as a stowaway. He was quickly discovered, and turns out he has psychic powers. And he stowed away because he was on the run from a large criminal organization known as the Tanu Klaba, which was using him for his psychic abilities. But he ran away, stowed away on the ship, and now he is using his powers for good. So that's pretty much the whole story in a nutshell.
Good deal. Good deal.
Mhm.
And so, and we actually, so let's first we'll start our recap. I think Cliff already kind of went over a little bit of it, but we'll kind of hit over it again just to make sure we hit all the points. But we'll start a recap just at what's relevant to this story. You guys went to an ice mining station, which was owned by Dracotech, and you docked the ship, and you had a certain conversation with a certain someone that was in holding there. And since you spoke about it earlier, Cliff, why don't you take over there? What was that conversation?
So we are looking for Levi's ex-wife's daughter,
Yep.
who was working for Dracotech, doing what we found out she was doing combat training for them. So apparently she's pretty badass. But apparently Dracotech has this little quirk where they like to forcefully brainwash their people through chemical mind control.
Just a little quirk.
And little quirk. And apparently she just didn't want that to happen. So after she found out, she fled, but she knows too much. She does too much, and Dracotech doesn't want her to leave. So we found one of her friends, someone that seemed to think of her quite endearingly, and we very diplomatically coaxed him into diverging information that he otherwise normally wouldn't have, by forcefully having him kidnapped and then threatening him with a gun. But he told us that she is hiding out. Her name is Alice. That she is hiding out to Felice.
Felice.
What was it? What was the place where she fled to?
The Felice system.
Felice. Okay, I have it in here. I just don't think
It is a colony of a NASA Prime.
So she fled to Felice, and that's the information we got. And that another person, Carlton Green, might have information too, but we might have enough to be able to.
Well, Carlton Green went with her.
Okay.
Yep. Carlton Green went with her. And so for the sake of brevity and to get things moving, you guys already have directions plotted in the ship for how to get to Felice. And we will have you guys already in line at the jump cannons to get to the Felice system. And that's where we begin our story. Also wanted to briefly talk about, just real quick, some upkeep stuff. I believe next session we're going to start, what I'll start doing is I'll start using the calendar feature, I think, in Fantasy Grounds to start tracking the fuel and ship payments and stuff like that. I haven't had time to get that implemented and turned on and stuff like that. It's just much easier than me just tracking off days. Also, with our time jump we did, I'm assuming you guys are probably pretty lost on how much time passed. So it's much easier for me just to go, this is the date. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we'll only do like, and I'll only make you guys like do wealth rolls and stuff like that. Like if we do a massive time jump, you're not going to have to do like make ship payments. If we do say if we do a massive time jump of 3 months, I'm not going to make you make a ship payment for for 3 months. Does that make sense? Because you didn't get a chance to earn work for a 3-month period in game time. Does that make sense? So if this situation occurs again in the future, basically what we'll do is we'll do essentially a wealth roll to determine how well you guys did at earning a living during that time. And if you guys did well, you can add to your savings. And if you did poorly, your wealth die goes down. Or you can, but we'll just basically handle it that way in the future. It's just better than you know. It's just better way of handling, I think. So that's how we'll do it in the future. So, but this is approximately probably approximately 30 days from when you guys left. Sorry, 40 days from the time some of you left Sidori 379 is when this actual date is. So you guys are in line at the jump cannons, the Felicia jump cannon. Sorry, yeah, the jump cannon to get to Felicia system. And, the jump cannon to leave Ilar. And Spencer, you are sitting at your computer, your terminal in your room, and you're anxiously at your computer, and you're about to hit communication call to talk to your father. You're ready to hit send at any moment because you know you're about to leave the ILR system.
Mm-hmm.
You just had a birthday. You haven't reached out to him and you haven't heard from him in how many years now? Months? Years? How long has it been?
I would say probably year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah. So, are you nervous? Are you gonna hit the button and call him before you guys? Because you're in line right now. You probably got like an hour waiting for your turn on the jump cans.
Oh yeah, like definitely nervous, but you know, I've definitely matured a little bit. I figure it's probably the right thing to do.
Okay, you hit that begin call button, and your data terminal lights up, and you start seeing it ring up, and you hear that doo doo, and
Mhm.
and the image pops up, of course, and it's not your father, but it's your father's residence, and a woman is on the line,
Okay.
and she looks like she's probably about your father's age, and she's just wearing clothes that you might wear like around a house or something like that, and she says, "Can I help you? This is Sarah. Can I help you?"
Yes, Sarah. Hi. I was looking for
Henry? You looking for Henry?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they don't let him bring his communicator into work, so it's still here at home. But anyways, no, he's going off to work. It's just me here right now. I can take a message for you though. Do you want to leave a message with me?
Sure. Can you just tell him Spencer called and I just wanted to let him know I'm fine and I'll be in touch.
Spencer, his son?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And I'm like,
It's a pleasure to meet you.
you too. Can I ask who you may be? Or what relation you are to Henry?
I'm with your father.
Okay. I figured he'd move on. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll be talking more.
Okay, I'll
Um,
I'll have him call you back.
well, we're about to leave the system. I think I'll be back in a week or two. I think. So I'll be in touch. Just let him know I'm okay, and I'll be calling.
She's nervous and obviously doesn't really know what to say right now. And she says, "Okay, I'll let him know you're okay." And she kind of smiles and she says goodbye.
Well, and then I say, here's a email address or whatever.
Yeah,
he
the
wants to write.
the communicator code is on the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you somehow hacked it and told it not to share it. Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. The call ends and all right.
Sarah.
Okay. All right. And now we see you guys marshal on through eventually through the jump cannons, and 2 jumps later you guys arrive in the Felici system. You reach a terrestrial planet, not too much different than Earth in appearance, at least. By your calculations and looking at the data that you would find in a planetary database, Arthur, you determined that this planet is, it's got 1.17 Earth's gravity. Oxygen pretty much similar to Earth. For the most part, everything is very close to Earth. You can make a science roll to see if you notice any other differences, because the differences are very minor. So I would say that it would take someone who's a science skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
6.
You notice that it looks like the major difference is that the bodies of water here, the salt water bodies, are significantly different. They're just they just have different chemical compounds in them, which make it different for chem treating them into drinkable water, which is possible in the future, at least in an easier method. So, but on this world, it's much more difficult. In fact, they haven't figured out a way to do it. At least that you're aware of.
Okay.
It makes this planet less valuable. From above, this planet looks like it doesn't have much of a mountainous environment. It's kind of flatlands, plateaus, just generally kind of like I guess a good way of putting it. It doesn't have a very varied altitude, if that makes any sense. And it's very island-like. Archipelagos, splintered islands, that sort of stuff. And Antoine Shelton gave you a latitude and longitude location on the planet for Carlton Green. And Alice Hanover.
Do we notice any other traffic?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you want to use the computers and just do a scan on the computers?
Yeah.
And see what you figure out? Sure. Yeah, you can make a notice roll from the computers here and do a scan and kind of analyze it better. Yeah, so you definitely getting first off, you see a space station, of course, and that doesn't require a notice roll to see the space station, of course, in orbit. It's not in geosynchronous orbit or anything. It's just in orbit. Actually, yeah, probably in geosynchronous orbit around the equator. And, of course, there's capital ships connected to it. the latitude longitude location you were given by Anton Shelton is not in any way or anywhere near this this space station or the accompanying location, probably along the equator. So you imagine that this location they're at is not in any way a very urban location. And you see capital ships, as I said before, docked at the space station. There are ships coming in and out, but the location that they're at is pretty light on traffic. However, you do see one ship of note that strikes your interest. You do see a cruiser of some kind, a heavy cruiser of some kind, that is in orbit, kind of above that latitude longitude locations.
And we can't tell who owns the cruiser. I mean,
With
they're
an
not flying
academics role, you could.
Okay.
It is owned by the Vicanian Empire. It is a distinct red and black coloration. Yes, these people even go so far as to paint their ships because that's how intimidating they want to be. And yes, the Vicanian Empire have a distinct sigil and symbolism on their vessels, distinct look, and you recognize the look. Actually, it's common knowledge, but more appropriate, but whatever.
She was running from Draco Tech, but the Vicanian Empire is where they operate, right?
This is their airspace, yes.
Okay.
Or
But who?
do you call it airspace? I don't know what you call it.
Space time. Okay.
All right, Levi, what's the game plan?
The game plan is somebody come up with a not incredibly obvious way to try and see if they're down there.
You could dress Spencer up as a Girl Scout.
I said less obvious.
Keep in mind, this is a space game, so you don't have to approach from directly above it, right? I mean, space is massive. You know, you can come in from all different angles, and you could use the landing shuttle if you wanted to be less obvious, you know, that kind of thing like that. So, or you could just fly down there, you know, so.
We could land a distance away
Yeah.
and then take the shuttle at a very low altitude. I mean, obviously, we wouldn't be avoiding radar, but maybe we'd be less obvious.
Does anybody have any amicable working ties with the Empire?
Not that I'm aware of, unless you guys have some way of spending a Benny to get that. I'm not sure. You can make a declaration somehow.
What are their?
And it'd be creative with that
What
one,
are their
though.
ties? What do they do?
Vicanian Empire?
Yeah.
I will drop a link in the chat to the Vicanian Empire. But they are essentially the closest thing to bad guys this settings has. I mean, they're basically if this setting had the equivalent of commies, like Russian style, like Soviet commies, that's them.
I'm sure they just get a bad rap.
Sure. Yeah, Soviet commies just get bad raps, sure. I mean, they use clones to fight wars for them, you know. Let me try to find. That's sad. I can't even find my own link. Oh yeah, I can't even Empire.
Oh yeah, that's where we were gonna go. We were gonna go within their domain to get a body for Devin. That's right. Because you were like, I don't think they would know.
Oh yeah, because we talked about the fact that because clones were available. Cloning was totally cool here. It was like,
yeah, I remember now.
Yeah. Because cloning is good.
Very good.
Which is funny because they actually, even though I made the Russian joke, the Russians are actually Roscovians. So the Roscovians speak with like a Russian style accent. I know that's kind of a long-winded link, but
Yeah, I can't spitball any good ties that Brax Courtney would have with him.
Let's just head down to a port trading spot, whatever, that's relatively near the Lat Long, with the plan to take the shuttle over.
Sorry, Jeremy, I was reading that document. What'd you say, buddy?
Let's just land at a port or trading spot near-ish the Lat Long and try and take a shuttle over.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming just trying to call them is probably not what they want if they're trying to hide. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you guys fly in. I actually think that there is some information, actually, I think under vehicles, about maybe trying to fly and not get attention, I believe.
Is there a fly casual rule?
I actually could have swore there might have been a maneuver in there, if you want to look it up.
Let's Control F on...
He did it in chat already.
Oh,
sweet.
If I'm wrong, we can come up with one. We'll say it's either electronics, maybe like some way that like Arthur can like lower the, like the, Arthur, you're muted.
I didn't actually say anything.
Oh, you started. Okay, your mouth moved, but maybe like Arthur is like lowering like the distance, like you guys are pumping out like your scanning signals, and maybe the way you're flying that's like down low or something like that, or maybe you're using just like your rear thrusters instead of your side ones, so it's not putting out so much, heat, or.
I was going to ask what sort of demographics we're dealing with, because if it was like poor
Like racial?
farming communities, Arthur was going to be like, well, how can I make this the equivalent of 1957 Chevy that's coughing and sputtering and make it look like some old farm vehicle?
Sure. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Okay, so you made an academics roll about. Okay, so anyone can make a common knowledge. Your academics roll is about Arcanian Empire. Let's do about the ship. Let's do a common knowledge roll about Felici. Anyone can do it. Okay, so Arthur and Spencer both know that this is a colony, and that there is a smattering of people here. Courtney knows that this place does not cater, is not appealing to the most well-to-do people yet, because it's distinct lack of like resources, right? Even though it looks like Earth, like it walks and talks like Earth, but it lacks the good soil of Earth, and it's also not appealing because they don't want to invest in terraforming of it because it's basically Earth already. So if they're going to have to terraform a planet, they're going to go ahead and terraform a planet into the best planet it could possibly be already. So they've just kind of like ignored this colony, and they're focused their efforts on terraforming others. So they've just kind of left this one alone. So the wealthy are just kind of targeting other planets. So this mainly appeals to like poorer and middle class like colonists, and they're just making do with what they can. You know, it's kind of become like a factory world and things like that. Farmers, it's kind of became like a place where for like cattle or meat, like domestic animals. Believe it or not, like a farming world, or um, things like that. Sources of water for fresh lakes, that kind of stuff like that. It's an odd kind of world in that regard. So, despite it
Aston
being
will
like
relay all that
Earth,
info, but it'll sound a lot more like there's a bunch of poor people who ew.
yeah. So it's like it just barely is not like Earth enough that like they're just like we'll go somewhere else and start terraforming other places.
Do we have any extra crew uniform on the ship or anything that I can slip into so I don't look too out of place?
Sure, you can
You
put
got
on
the
one of the, you can put on one of the
exosuits.
Astra Unum uniforms.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that to blend in a little bit.
Okay. All right, cool. So we see him put on an Astra Unum uniform for the first time ever, like Levi wears.
Last time ever.
Okay. All right. So we see you guys. Do you guys do the idea of trying to like quote unquote fly casual?
Yeah, I thought Arthur was going to try and whatever a pretty common ship signature sort of a deal
Yeah, I'll
is.
say it's a -2 on electronics roll to try to do that, and so you
Okay.
can try to do that, Arthur. And then for you to do that, which would require you flying a certain way, Levi, that would also be a piloting -2. Basically, just limits the way you can maneuver and that kind of stuff.
I'm going to Benny that.
Do not forget you get the bonus to electronics when you're on the ship.
From what?
From the ship, I think, right? Let's see.
I don't have any of that in this. No.
I think you have to manually add it. Let's see. Yep, telemetry center.
Okay. So that would have been a 5 then.
Okay, so Levi does fine, and you get your. All right, sweet. So you guys managed to pull it off, and you managed to hopefully evade whatever might have spotted you as you went back down. And ignore me. And I love when the GM plays a card and says ignore me. And so you guys end up following the latitude, longitude markers, and you make your way down to it looks like a settlement of some kind, like a trading hub. And latitude, longitude markers appear to mark it's a small. It looks like it's a small housing, like a small house or location, like a house near a farm. But you guys said you were aiming for like a trading settlement or something. So, and you see this trading settlement. It's kind of odd. It's kind of got these. Like round topped buildings and these squat buildings. And you believe they're designed this way to kind of protect against like heavy winds, the way that probably from like hurricanes and stuff. But yes, probably sandstone in design. What isn't? What are those like habitat structures that are set straight down? What isn't those? Are those like sandstone round topped structures?
Okay. And then just out of my own curiosity, what the Vacania Empire? Do they like have a certain dominance over this area that we would need to sneak in per se? I mean, like in Astra Unum vehicle
No one really
shouldn't like
likes the
rouse too.
Vicanian Empire, but I mean, you won't have to necessarily sneak in. So, I mean, you'd have to
Okay.
worry about getting registered with them, and then they'd want to actually make a common knowledge roll to know what kind of steps you'd have to take, I guess.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, you don't really know, but you know that they're not nice, and that you know that whenever you're dealing with different empires or mega corporations in territorial space, you have to go through different hoops and that kind of stuff when dealing with governments or mega corporations and that kind of stuff. And then, of course, if you ever done anything in the past in their space, you run the risk of finding out later that you were wanted for something.
Cough, cough, Arthur, cough.
I've taken steps.
So you guys, there is like what's kind of like a small spaceport. To be honest, it's not really a spaceport. It's more like a tiny airport in like a tiny town. It's really just like 3 concrete pads run with lights, and there's like little loader mechs there, and like little communication tower that's really like 12 feet tall, and it's just topped with like a little dish, and that's literally all there is. So, and you and one other ship are there. So if you and land into Felici.
Well, we've arrived.
Okay. Us and one other ship.
Yeah, it's a ship of similar size to yours, maybe slightly larger, I guess.
And does it happen to be a very distinct red ship?
It is not a Vicanian
Okay.
vessel. Do you want to make a roll and see if you know what kind of ship it is?
I mean, if it makes sense that I might know, I can roll a notice roll to see. If I wouldn't know, then feel free to tell me I wouldn't.
It'd be common knowledge, probably. It looks like it's probably like a smuggler or like a trader vessel. It definitely doesn't carry any kind of like any kind of insignia or symbol or anything like that for a mega corporation.
All right. Well, let's just keep our eyes open and let's go do what we came to do.
Yeah. So I'm trying to decide between trying to fly the shuttle over to, I think you said like there was a house at the Lat Long or something like a house, or
Yeah, there was
just trying to talk to people.
there was like an abode right next to a farm.
Is that like walking distance from our landing spot, or is that like we should take the shuttle if we want to get there physically?
It is 1 kilometer away.
Let's just. I'll propose we just walk then, if it's just that
Yeah.
far away.
That's not far.
And
Easier than our last walk through the snow. So.
Yeah, but I wasn't wearing this tight in the crotch suit.
There's a reason it's tight.
So everything stays in the right place. Okay, so as far as equipment, guys, go ahead and get everything sorted out equipment-wise on your character sheets. Make sure you have everything equipped that you're going to take with you, because you're not going to have access to anything else because you will be away from the ship. Levi, are you wearing your powered armor?
No.
No.
I'm trying to be mildly discreet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You don't want to like show up at someone's house like. I'm here to be nice. In like a big powered armor.
Besides, if I could find it, there.
Oh, by the way, did you do the thing of putting the core in the suit? Did we decide if you did the thing? I'm trying to be quiet around the players because I kind of think it'd be cool if they didn't know if you did the thing.
How about yes? I probably need to have lost some wealth for that, but
Sure, make a wealth roll. I'll say it's pretty expensive though. -3.
Oosh.
God.
Question.
Good time for people in the chat to remind everyone. You can spend your channel points to help players out. You can spend channel points to give them raises. You can spend channel points to give them bennies, and also give them access to more adventure cards to help the players out in the session. And this session or the next, depending on how far they get, it's gonna get fucking hairy. So they might need them.
It'll be fine. We're gonna skate through this.
Sure.
Would it be appropriate for us to be wearing EVA suits right now? Or is that just like...
It is Earth-like atmosphere.
Okay, so we don't need that. Okay, so it's too late.
You could just be that guy, though.
You could be that douche canoe walking around in an EVA suit if you want to be.
I'm just gonna wear the EVA helmet, but not the suit.
Yeah. Then just look like you're woohoo, you know.
I've come to your uncharted planet. Yes.
Okay. Mark Knight, just tell which player you want to give it to. Or I can randomly pick for you. No problem. Okay, so you guys are so you can either pass. Yeah, so we'll just say you have to pass through the town to get there, and so you guys are passing through the town, and you guys are passing through the town on your way to this latitude-longitude location. I'm assuming one of you is tracking the location with some kind of device, right? Who has a device to track latitude and longitude while you guys are traveling?
If it can be
Like a
done on a
PDD.
cyber deck, I have one.
Yeah, cyber decks or PDDs can track it.
Yeah, I got a cyber deck. I can
Yeah,
track it.
cyber deck.
Okay. Yeah, then one of y'all could be tracking it. Sure, that has something like that. Okay. And so you're literally walking around with like basically like a small laptop, or tablet or something. Anyways, so you're tracking the latitude longitude while you're walking around in town, and you're kind of passed through these what looks like dusty streets with like it looks like the grass has been patted down by the steps of people because there's not many vehicles. It looks like it's mostly foot traffic through here, and you get to one part though where it looks like it's kind of like an old school like market. Right, it looks like you've went into like medieval times for a moment, because there's just literally market stalls, except instead of like food or anything, it looks like a farmer's trading post where they're trading like equipment or parts to keep all their different farms and farming equipment running, and you're passing through this area. And you see, actually, let's use a notice roll, actually. Make a notice roll at a -2, everyone, to see if you guys see it early enough to react quickly. Aston's staring down at his PDD.
This suit is so tight.
He's distracted. He's staring at his PDD, like tracking the latitude, longitude. Spencer's taking in the world around him. He's alert. Arthur's curious about what's happening. Levi steps in dung and almost trips when he realizes what it is.
I just cleaned these boots.
Yeah, and he's going to smell like dung, which is going to give him -1 to any persuasion or social interaction rolls because it was critical failure.
How is this any different than normal, though?
Yeah, but
Other people
anyways,
think I smell like dung now too.
now
Not just you.
so you guys are walking along and you look up. Those of you who are surprised by it, and you look up and you get caught off guard by a Vulcanian patrol who's in this area. But Spencer and Arthur will see it before it gets close. They're turning the corner between sets of these round-top sandstone structures down by the market, just slightly ahead of you guys. If you want to alert the others and stop them, you can. And you guys take a different route or whatever. But they appear to be down by the market, just a step ahead of you guys. And they seem to be approaching someone in the marketplace. And appear to be approaching them aggressively.
Before we get into the scene, can I get that adventure card?
Yeah, let's do that aggressive card. Yeah, you're like, I want the
Just
card.
in case.
I want the card.
Just in case.
Yes, thank you, Mark Knight, for giving him an adventure card. Appreciate it. He's like, give me a card.
Yeah, you're about to throw me into a situation and make me do something I don't want to. Well,
Come on.
that I want to
Drag the card. Why wouldn't it drag the card? Come on. Oh, I was out of cards. I had to reshuffle it. That explains it.
Oh, I didn't know it did that. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Well, because it literally
Right.
only has a certain amount of cards.
Where'd all my cards go?
Yeah, that took away all my cards.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, okay, well then I'll reset. Oh, shit. Well, that sucked. So when I reshuffled, well, I couldn't deal you one until I reshuffled it. So we'll have to remember that next time.
I had a couple of useful ones too.
I can't believe you hadn't run into that yet in your game.
Not yet, which is really crazy because we go.
Given
through
how
cards
many
like a
fucking
motherfucker.
cards you've dealt out in your...
You know what's going to happen on Saturday now. I'm going to load up. The first thing that's going to happen is...
Well, then you might want to hit
No
shuffle.
cards.
At the beginning of each game, hit shuffle. Do that at the beginning of each game, hit shuffle. So,
It's funny. So the one card that I still have is the one... Okay, I got all three now. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one card is the one that I definitely did not want to use.
and we'll hit reshuffle on the initiative deck, so we're all good now.
And one
Up.
question. So with the chat giving us it, do we get two uses of the cards or do we still get only one card, just more to choose from?
I mean, I think it's just more to choose from. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I'm doing it too. So
Because it's for people who, for people who have a shitty card selection. So if you want to ask chat for like a better cards, just be like, hey chat, go in Twitch chat and be like, I need better cards.
Oh, I got
Wink,
two
wink.
really good ones.
Okay.
Okay.
So, so in the market up ahead, you see one person getting approached aggressively, and by that I mean he's like stepping in, and the guy's behind a market stall, and he's kind of like stepping back, and he's got his arms up, and he's the Vicanian soldier, which is in kind of like this like steel colored armor from head to toe, with like red. Emblazoned red sections is kind of like trying to make his way around the stall. And yeah, it's a very aggressive situation playing out. Arthur and Spencer, though, is really the only ones that are seeing right now. What are you guys doing?
Oh, go ahead, Spencer.
Pointing. And I'm like, hey, soldiers over there.
So you alert the other two? Okay.
Yeah. I just kind of like slow down.
Okay. So you
Like a
alert
bad
them
situation.
right as Levi steps in cow dung. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, just walk casual. but we may want to go the other way. We're trying to avoid those guys.
Why are we trying to avoid them? We haven't done anything.
I don't know. You know, all I've heard is these guys are a bunch of assholes, and you know, we don't need the drama right now. I just generally avoid law enforcement.
That's
Sorry.
fair. All right. Well, then I'm gonna keep an eye on what's going on. Can I kind of in a roundabout, inconspicuous way, sort of get close enough to overhear what they're saying to this person?
Are you trying not to be spotted in any way?
I'm trying. I'll roll stealth, but I'm not trying to not be spotted per se. But I'm trying to not make it obvious that I'm eavesdropping on the conversation.
That's stealth. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I just look over at Levi and I'm like, dude, he looks like he stole that uniform. He's
Okay.
busting.
So you're sneaking up. All right. You're not sneaking. You know what I mean. All right. So
It'll make,
Kind of
yeah.
at a nearby stall, kind of looking at stuff.
Right.
it'll make
Right.
a good distraction.
Yeah,
if
you're hiding
something
amongst
goes
the crowd.
sideways.
You're pulling an Assassin's Creed. Okay. And so you kind of get close, and you hear him say, "Pull back your hood." And he's like, he says, "Look, I don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble." He says, "We've already scanned you. You match the description. Pull back your hood, please. We won't ask nicely again." And he says, "Look, I don't want any trouble. I just want to go about my business." And then at that point, unless someone intervenes, he just kind of like the Vicanian soldier just takes that 6 feet of distance between him and the other one, and just bum rushes towards him to grab him. And he just grabs him and just tries to throw back his hood. And he will succeed unless anyone gets involved. And he just pulls back his hood, and you see a light up on his helmet, as if he's just firing up his tactical light to get a better scan of his face. And then you hear, actually you don't hear anything actually. And then you see him start wrestling him to the ground, and laid him on his chest and start throwing binders on him. And the other one that was beside the other, there's 4 Vicanian soldiers. One of the Vicanian soldiers readies his weapon and just kind of like turns his back to him and just starts looking around the crowd. And to make sure
What's
no one
everybody
else
doing?
The crowd is just like, shh, shh, like they're hushed tones and like worried sounds and like, oh no, Ivan, that's terrible. He's been found. Shh. And
Arthur
then,
will ask somebody nearby. Well, who are they looking for? What's going on?
Make a persuasion.
Ivan the Terrible.
That is unskilled.
That means you have a 25% chance of knocking this out the fucking park.
There we go.
You did not.
No, you didn't.
He says, the person you approach says, looks at you and just kind of shakes their head and says, "I don't want any part of this," and then turns and leaves.
One thing. Isn't persuasion one of the core skills? You still failed, but you don't think it should be.
It's a core skill. Yeah.
You should have D4.
You don't have get another skill we figure out that he's supposed to have and he doesn't.
I'll pull up the thing real quick.
It is a
Okay,
core
what-
skill, I think.
What are all these core skills? Because obviously I missed that section.
Listen, you don't need to know the core skills until you roll a core skill, and then we'll tell you it's a core skill.
Apparently.
Yeah,
I don't roll
every
core
person
skills
gets
very often.
person gets a core skill. They should be at a certain amount.
Athletics, common knowledge, notice, persuasion, and stealth.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you have stealth, but if not, that you're all set now.
I do have stealth.
Well, now if you had bought stealth up already from like say D4 to D6, then it should be
It
higher.
is D6.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we need to know if you bought it to D4, or if it was at D4 because it was a core skill, and you just fucked up and just didn't add persuasion back on. So we can resolve that later.
I have no idea.
Count all your skill points. That's why it's a good
Okay.
idea to keep track of what you spend your advances on. So,
Yeah, I mean, I have been. So
okay. All right, good deal. Yeah, do that one day.
And then does this air quote Ivan character match the description that we had for Carlton Green?
Nope.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't give a fuck, really. I don't.
Yep. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But
Looking at this
if no one
market solid,
intervenes in 10 seconds or 15 seconds, someone from in the crowd from like another side of the market opens fire on the Vicanian soldiers, and a gunfight breaks out.
is there? I assume there's internet here of some sort. Can Arthur like scan news articles on his PDD to see if he can find something about a terrorist?
Well,
that
you can
looks like
use
this
the
guy?
ship's access to the Vicanian information network, but you'd be using the Vicanian's information network. Just FYI.
you got to pay for that Vicanian hotspot.
Well, I mean, it's free, just like the North Korean information network is free, but you know.
I don't know. That
Just,
soldier
pointing that
said,
out.
"Please." They seem all right to me. I don't know.
Sure.
He didn't have to say please.
Sure.
I'm
That's a good
just
point.
gonna make my way back over.
Good
once the
point.
gunfire, kind of duck down and scurry over.
It's like Cliff, North Korean spy confirmed. All right.
ain't shit like that.
Fucking CPP agent confirmed. No, that's China. Sorry.
I'm
But
gonna
yes,
scurry back over.
Arthur,
to the group,
you want to
like,
look up this Ivan guy based on his description?
Yeah.
Mark Knight, he's like, and I gave him a card.
Common knowledge, electronics. What do you want me to roll?
I think that would probably be research skill.
Okay. Finally get to use it.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna rush over to like Levi and everything. Like, I don't know who this guy is. I don't recognize him. I think we need to get the fuck out of here before we get shot.
I'm way ahead of you.
So you guys
because I
all
wasn't next
skedaddle.
to the people getting shot at.
Yeah, so the
Well, I mean,
gunfire
if Arthur's-
erupts, and all of you just guys are like, fuck it, skedaddle.
While
I mean-
Arthur's like,
Yeah.
Arthur's messing with his PDD.
Was Arthur PDDing just before or after the gunfire started?
It's researching a terrorist. He's probably doing it while he's running. This is not like it doesn't happen
yeah,
immediately.
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
He's
Arthur, the Pokemon Go can wait. Don't run into something.
No,
Just keep
I'm looking
running.
up. I'm looking who this guy up. This guy. Yes, I'm looking this guy up.
please tell me you're not looking up a terrorist on your device that can be tracked.
I'm using a proxy.
make an accompanying hacking skill? Roll.
That I do not have.
Well, then you're not looking up on a proxy server then. No, you're not. You thought you did. You downloaded one 2 weeks ago. It said ExpressVPN or some shit. You paid $5.99 a month for it. Anyways, but no. So Ivan De Palma, yeah, he's categorized by the Vicanian Empire as a resistance member, and he supposedly was involved in leading to the death of multiple Vicanian soldiers. And yeah, he's currently on the run, along with he has several known associates. Yeah.
Okay. Arthur will pass that on to the party as we
As you're
exit
running,
the
you're
marketplace.
yelling, this Ivan De Palma, blah 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 blah.
You're gonna get a shot. Hey, wait. Were any of his associates anybody that we're looking for?
Does
Without
Arthur
saying
know?
names.
No.
I have no idea.
No. Oh,
Um,
sorry. Yes, you do know, and no. Answer is
Okay.
no.
Um,
Carlton Green
I-
or what's her name do not show up on the list.
Okay. Arthur, I'm sorry. I am gonna knock this PDD out of his hand and fucking step on it. I am gonna shatter this fucking thing.
That could have come in handy later.
You can use my cyber deck and I'll buy you a new one. We're not getting fucking tracked because you wanted to Google someone's fucking name.
Just look up news articles.
Yeah. Here. I'll hand him my cyber deck for now.
Did you actually knock it on the ground?
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking stomp on that damn thing.
Nice. Okay.
And he can have my cyber deck for now.
Okay, so while you knock it out of his hand and you're getting frustrated and you start stomping on the ground, while you are doing that and making your big fucking scene, a Vicania patrol comes around the corner and sees this happening and sees you guys obviously look like you're trying to run from something and stops in front of you guys and says, "Hey! Halt!"
See, I knew this was going to come to this. Sir, my friend here was just about to use the internet without getting any sort of clearance from you guys to do so. So I wanted to stop him from doing that before he made a mistake that would cost him greater than it may have already done it.
Make a persuasion roll at a -4.
Can we say I make it at an even?
Play to improve the initial attitude of an individual or group. 1 level. Sure. They come up instead and go, "What are you doing to that tablet?"
He broke it.
It's like, why are y'all running from this scene?
They were shooting.
And we were heading that way. But you're acting awful strange about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're headed that way, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job by any means, but they might need help over there because some crazy guy in the market just started shooting.
I'm sure they can handle a couple of resistance members. If y'all can, move over real quick and just stand still enough for a moment so we can scan you.
Sure.
All right, and they there's 3 of these guys, and they all step in front of you, and they just kind of like look at you with their helmets, and then you see a red light up, and you see a light flash over you, and it takes a couple minutes, and they scan you, and then you're clean.
Sorry that we made this scene and took up your guys' time. I understand that it was kind of foolish what we did given that situation over there, but I appreciate you being so kosher with us.
Well, run along then.
Thank you, sir.
All right, now Aston has used his adventure card for the night.
Mm-hmm. And I rolled it with a fucking 9. I probably could have did it without a goddamn adventure card.
Okay.
What we got the first time.
Do you guys keep running or do y'all walk briskly?
Walk briskly.
Arthur, do
keep
you
to the
collect
casual.
your PDD?
Yeah, he'll pick the pieces up
All
out
right.
of the dirt.
You just gotta
Better
you just
make
gotta
sure that
replace
that
the
thing
screen.
is busted.
You just gotta replace the
Unnecessary.
screen.
Take the
Just the
battery
screen?
out of it.
Yeah.
Take the battery out of it. Fucking
I will power it down.
no battery out, not power down.
Yes, I will remove the battery.
All right. So you
Give me my
guys
damn
reach
cyber deck back.
the latitude longitude location of the abode. You see a habitat. Looks like a small structure. It looks like it's been planted here probably about 25 years ago. You imagine. Slight rust building up around the edges, but nothing too major. A slight overgrowth of forestation around the region, but not too bad or anything like that. Some vinery growing up around the edges of the structure. And it looks like someone at one point tried to apply a coat of primer, like they wanted to spice it up and do something different, and then they didn't finish the job. And you see what looks to be some sort of mechanical structure or device outside. Looks kind of like a really advanced technical pump, kind of dug into the ground maybe. And there's like a bowl section type thing.
Does Arthur recognize what it is, or can he
Make a science
logically
roll.
figure it out? A what roll?
A science roll.
Okay.
Or yeah, science will be fine. Yeah, yeah, it looks like it's a well that also has a purification system built onto it. There is a man outside, and he is on the other side of the door, and he kind of comes around by the well and sees all of you as you start to approach. And he kind of looks up as you approach, and he's wiping his hands off, and he says, "Can I help you all?" And he's kind of got a slight portliness to him, and he's on the short side, but he's not ugly by any means or anything like that. He's a handsome fellow, but he's just slightly short and kind of slouched shoulders, and he's wearing like a mechanic's jumpsuit, and he just kind of slowly approaches you all.
Hey there. So I'm going to say to him, we're looking for a place to find some great strawberry sherbet, which in my mind is Allison's favorite dessert from when she was a kid or something like that, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't expect him to like. That's just going to be something I say. I don't actually expect that to work. But
Okay. He says sherbet, huh? I don't think there's anywhere even in town that sells that stuff. Although that'd be wonderful. There is a fine lady though in town though that does make some wonderful homemade ice cream. Although she only makes chocolate and vanilla. But man, it is so good. But if you stick around in town though, I can take you over there though one day.
Well, we're looking for that, or looking for a friend.
Well, it's just me and my wife here right now.
Well, I'll introduce myself. I'm Levi Roosevelt.
Carlton Green. He holds his hand out to you. Takes his mechanic's gloves off and holds his hand out to shake your hand.
Okay, shake it, and
he says, "And your friends?"
I gotta get to this. This is Arthur Aston. He has a longer name. I forget it, and Spencer.
Says, "Howdy, everyone." He says, "Yeah, I'm actually sticking around here by the farms and stuff. I'm working as a kind of a chemist, trying to help them with purification, actually. So, and you guys notice that the farm is actually near the coast, so it's right near the edge of the coast. So he says, "No, I'm actually working with working with oceanic purification, actually."
Interesting. How is that going? Any progress?
He looks at you and looks over and says, "Wait, Arthur Hakel?
You know my name?
You don't remember me?"
As a player, I don't. Would Arthur remember him?
It's up to Arthur. You make a smarts roll to see if you remember me.
Okay.
Yeah. Arthur, after once he like calls you out on it and he's forced you to recall it. You guys went to grade school and also went to former, like, what do you call it, advanced education in science fields. On the same what do you call it, hex on Palisadia together.
Oh, well, it's good to see you again. I didn't recognize you at first.
He says, yes, I know. It's been so long. It's been, what, at least a couple years since we've seen each other. He says, wow, for a galaxy, you'd think it was a small world. He says, of course, I guess that's what it's like, though, when these mega corporations tell us all where to go and what to say, right?
Yes, that is true. So you still work for them?
He kind of stammers and he says, yeah, I still work for Dracotech. They got me assigned here.
Mm.
Hey, not to talk business right now, which seems rather boring, and I apologize. But you were mentioning about water purification. Do you mind if I get a glass of water? We've been walking for, I feel like, forever now, and I am parched.
Sure. And he says, I'll be right back. And he goes inside and I'm assuming you're doing that to buy you guys a minute while he goes away, right?
Either to buy a minute or for him to hopefully invite us in. That was one of the two.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can either follow him or talk amongst yourselves outside right now, whichever one y'all want to do.
I vote follow.
Yeah. He also mentioned ice cream, so a lot of that.
The lady with
we
the
can
ice
make
cream
any
maker
other
is in town,
decisions.
but
We just need a solid.
so you get inside.
I mean, I'm just saying, I have my priorities.
So you guys kind of, he says, well, you're welcome to stay out here, or you can follow me in and get that glass of water if you want.
Oh, yeah, if you don't mind. I don't want to be too much of a burden on you.
No, you're no burden. He says, come on, follow me. And he leads you back inside. And you see what's a simple abode, nothing much interesting about it. It's essentially just it would be a studio if it wasn't for simple dividers, disconnecting certain places of the apartment together from each other, like bedroom and that kind of stuff, kitchen. And he says, have a seat. And he eventually finds a canteen and gives you purification, water purified water, and hooks you up with it. And he says, yeah, the oceanic water is not ready yet, so this is just fresh water, purified, straight from the well. He says, but yeah, he says, I'm sorry my wife isn't here at the moment. She's busy with other things. But yeah, what brings you all to, you said you're looking for someone?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't really know exactly where they might be, so.
Well, maybe I can help you out. If you give me a name, I can maybe help you out, right?
Well, so the worry is that the person we're trying to find doesn't want to be found, not necessarily by us, but so you said you work for Draco. I used to, but I left.
Yeah, he came from Palisadia as well.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
I left under.
Did you retire your citizenship?
Circumstances. Yeah.
Oh, Okay. He says, well, I mean,
Did
well, I don't know
you
why
know
you're
anybody
searching
else
for this
around here who
person.
did? Sorry, would you?
Retire from Draco Tech?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. That's who we're looking for. Another Draco retiree, only a lot younger.
You guys can, by the way, attempt to make notice rolls to see if you think he's telling lies.
Oh. Is this the person to use this?
Venture card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just sipping on the water, reading this guy as he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Push comes to shove, we can always beat the shit out of this guy. He looks like an easy target.
Weren't you the person who said you could read minds at one point?
Well,
Did someone say something about a venture card? No, I mean, I'm waiting to give the answer until I know about the idea someone said about venture card.
Okay.
No, I can do it, but I'm not. So the problem with mind reading is if you don't get a raise, I believe they know you're doing it.
I kind of want to see Spencer fist fight this guy.
Well,
Said we beat the shit out of me.
Okay, so 3 of you got high enough. The 3 who rolled got high enough to know that he's definitely not telling the truth, or he's hiding something. That's a better way to say it.
Now, if somebody tips me off, like, do your thing, I'm just gonna be sitting there drinking water, just kind of like staring at the ceiling.
he said his
looking
name was.
around.
What did he say his name was? It was something green.
He said it's who we're looking for. It's Carlton Green.
Oh, I thought he's. Sorry. Okay.
So while he says that, while they're asking the questions and he's lying, I'm gonna just kind of take a sip of the water, like, what are the odds that like 3 people from Draco Tech that know each other would all just serendipitously end up in the same area? Isn't that weird? Take a sip.
He stammers and he says, yeah, that's quite strange, isn't it? Especially with Draco Tech's enmity with Vicania. Yeah, I know, it's quite strange, right? I mean,
This water's really good, by the way.
Thank you. Well, there's a reason why they sent me to do the oceanic purification.
I can see why. If Arthur would have done this would taste like just salt.
He kind of smiles and obviously glad we're not asking more questions about Draco Tech. And
So where's Allison?
Alice,
Yeah.
he says, D20. You should have seen the map D20 TV was working on last night. It was hilarious. It's crazy. She's probably got a VOD up of it, Cliff. Check it out when you get a chance. But not. Jeremy, so you just dropped the bomb right in the middle of the conversation. You're like, where's Alice?
Yeah.
He just, his face, just like a ghost, right? Just like his skin turns white, and then it just turns flush red after a few moments. And then
Stay calm. We're not.
And then he starts shaking. When you say stay calm, he does the opposite of stay calm. And he starts shaking.
Exactly.
And because he looks at all of you and
make sure she's alive, and her mom wants to know she's alive.
He says, her mother.
Insert correct name for mother here. It's her mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't know your ex-wife's
Levi
name?
used to share.
I mean, I'm sure my character does. But Jeremy just
Adelaide.
There it is. Family ties. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
wife
he
came
and
up
her
with all
mom
these
used to share
names.
baby gravies.
Anyways, he says, he looks at you with like suspicion, with absolute suspicion. But since you're honest, you don't have like a roll. But he says, "I'm sorry, but I'm finding it difficult to believe you right now." He says,
Well, there's 4 of us, however hell many of us are. So I'd be more worried about me believing you. So, like, I just want to know if she's okay and if she needs help.
he says, "Well,
See these Astra Unum badges? His doesn't really count. I point at Aston, but the other 3 of us legit work for them. Aston's like a exchange student kind of thing, except way better than a student. Whatever.
Was that a compliment, Levi?
I'm confused here. Let me focus here.
Carlton looks at you
Yes.
and says, Carlton looks at you and says, Alice is not good right now. Okay. Alice has got herself wrapped up in things that she should not be messing with. And I'm worried for her. I brought her here to escape to a simple life and to hopefully lay low from Dracotech. But that's not what's happened.
Yeah, that's not her personality.
What was the guy's name that we fucking talked to in the jail cell? How do I not have his name?
Anton Shelton?
Yeah, you
Anton
failed to
Shelton.
write it down once.
Oh my god.
The 2 names
Slap
I did
you on the
write down
wrist.
were these 2.
He says, because as soon as she got down here, she found a war to get wrapped up in. She found a cause. The minute things got
Hell,
slow,
we've been here.
the minute things got slow, and we found peace, and we found happiness, she found a cause. When she got nervous, and when everything was peaceful, she found a cause to get herself wrapped up in. She went from training Dracotech to training the Resistance.
That makes sense.
Levi, is this your daughter? Because this sounds a lot like.
I'm just ignoring that. So where is
Help
she?
that and come back to it.
She's in town. I'll tell you where she is.
Is she with the Ivan? What's his name? Arthur, what was his name?
She is working with Ivan De Palma. Just one of the many people she's working with.
Well, he just got arrested.
Oh gosh, the patrols are actually finding people now. Oh no.
And they scanned us on the way out here.
Okay, then we need to... The Resistance needs to get out of here then. Because they're going to start sending more Vicanian troops down here. Because it's not long before they start... All it takes is one Resistance member to crack. And they'll start grabbing them all.
And this Ivan one was an important one who would know a lot of people.
It's not going to take much to start grabbing them all. I mean, they've managed to operate in relative seclusion for a long time here. The only reason why they're here more often now is because the Vicanian Empire has been marshalling here. The fleets have started showing up in the system. We don't know why, in large numbers. We think it's some kind of military strategy. We're not sure why.
Well, do you guys have an exit strategy? Surely you planned for this eventuality.
Well, no, because it's strange for a giant military fleet to just show up at some like oddball corner colony.
I didn't mean the fleet specifically, but for the Vicanians to find you.
Or Draco
Well,
Tech,
no,
for that
because
matter.
if you have a big just transport sitting on standby, it makes it look more obvious. So,
what made you choose this place?
well, we didn't know that the resistance was here when we got here. We thought it would be just a
but
good place to hide.
Whatever made you choose this might
Oh, it was my
lead
skill
into
set.
what made them do it.
I thought it would be a good way to make some money. So, use my chemistry skills and help the settlement. You know, we needed money after I abandoned the mining station. I used to do chemistry for the station, you know, purifying the water there from the ice, you know, breaking it down, that kind of stuff, supplying it to the people.
So how do we talk to the rest of the resistance and tell them to get out of Dodge?
They have a meeting place, a storage building in town. Actually, just on the outskirts of town. That'd be the best place to try to gather as many as you can, try to convince them of whatever your plan is.
Plan? I don't have a plan. I have the news that they need to leave.
Well,
Mm.
even that'll help right now.
And if she's anything like Levi, I'm sure this will do a lot of good talking to her.
All of you hear the sound of a ship faintly overhead.
Hmm.
What sounds faint gets more and more loud as it passes over.
Does it continue going?
Yeah.
You believe it's parking somewhere in town.
Ah.
Probably
Arthur,
parking
you
at
took
the.
that fucking battery out, didn't you?
I did.
Hey, Carlton, how about you show us where that ice cream
One of you
is?
guys can go outside, like as it passes over, if you want to ID the ship.
Yeah.
Like
I
just
was
go out the
thinking about
door.
looking out the window.
Sure. Okay. So you peek out the window as it flies over. Okay.
Yeah.
Like common knowledge roll to see if you recognize the ship. -2 for you. Well, look at you. This is a Dracotech
Still
vessel.
got it with a
This is
raise.
a Dracotech vessel.
Mention that to the group. I'm like, it's a Draco Tech.
I thought the Vicanians and Draco Tech didn't like each other.
They don't.
Maybe they're here to. They've obviously got some interest here. Is it like a warship? Is it, or does it look like it's got some heavy guns on it or anything?
Make a notice roll to see if you spotted on that much information as it flew by. I'll say a -2 also.
I saw everything.
It's armed. It's armed better than your ship. It's also equipped as a troop carrier. Probably equipped to at least hold a couple of teams, a couple of units. I say units. So you're a military guy. It's probably like squads, like small squads, like 2 5-man teams, maybe that size equivalent. You know, it's like a troop carrier essentially, but it has weapons that are definitely formidable for your ship on it.
Take another sip of water. Man,
You don't see it land, though.
Draco Tech employees.
You see it fly over, and you see it pass and turn, and you can't see where it goes out the window. It turns out of the way you can't see, out of your vision. If you want to try to see where it goes after it goes past the window, you'll have to maybe go out and look out the door.
Okay. Once I notice that it's not like just some science ship or just a regular transport, I actually like walk outside.
Okay, so you just walk or
Yeah,
run?
I kind of want to see where it's headed because.
But you're walking, not running.
I'll run out the door, but I'm not going to like run through the.
Yeah. Okay. It was just important to know. Okay, but you run, so you guys see him go to the window, observe the thing passing over, and then jog back out the front door. You come back out the front door just in time to see it sweep right and make a pass, and it fires what looks like a some sort of odd-looking missile at the Griffin Explorer, which is parked on the landing pad.
The fuck?
The Griffin Explorer takes the hit. It does not destroy the Griffin Explorer, but you see the Griffin Explorer in the distance, like you see an explosion come from it, and you see it just tilt ever so slightly on the pad.
Like I run
and then it parks, and then if you watch it, like it like does a turn. But you said you run back inside?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like, get out of here. They're attacking our ship.
Fucking suits on that ship.
Like everything is on that ship.
Did they tag us with a tracking beacon before we left? I didn't think we stirred up that much trouble. We only interacted with 2 people.
A nice conversation.
Yes.
Apparently, we didn't pay the right person enough.
Did you see where the ship went after it shot at the Griffin Explorer?
You don't hear any more missiles firing in the distance. That's a positive.
Levi, you know Charlie and Anton both have to die now, right?
Wait, yeah, sure, but that's future problems.
Yes.
Being able to get off the planet is going to be a first step.
Okay, we need to find Alice. We need to find the resistance.
Carlton's freaking out right now, by the way.
Spencer, can you calm him down? Because he's making me nervous. And I don't think well when I'm nervous.
He's like, what do we do? Well, thought we escaped all this. Oh, jeez, we came here to be farmers and chemists and find peace and...
Yeah, peace, love, and happiness. We know, kid. Where do they meet?
He's like 38. He's just a normal person, though. He's not a soldier.
That's like half of my age, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I don't have magical calming powers.
What time of day is it? Is it like midday or afternoon? People are in the market.
Don't forget, you guys have 2 raises to use up there.
Hey, you know what's something I was
it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Shane, I have charismatic edge. I actually am supposed to be getting 2 persuasion rolls every time I do, and I get the higher of the 2, and I have not taken advantage of this fucking edge. I have leaned on my arrogant, my greedy, and my suspicious hindrances 30 times since I started playing. Not once have I re-rolled a fucking persuasion roll for my charismatic.
Good job.
You guys are welcome.
I don't remember you failing.
This is a pity Benny. This is a pity Benny. Enjoy that. You know how little I give bennies.
Is that a penny? A pity Benny?
A pity Benny. A pity Benny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a Benny to say that my suit doesn't get damaged. You guys are welcome.
Looking good.
Because he would go on a rampage if his suit was damaged.
Oh, I probably need to spend a penny because I think Devin.
To say that Devin is okay?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead, spend it.
Sorry, kid was screaming. All right, here we go.
Do I need
Are you
another Benny
seriously
for the
spending a
cereal?
Benny for
We won't
that?
worry
Okay,
about the
cool.
cereal.
All right.
I've
No,
gone
that's
through
definitely what
so-
Spencer would do. Spencer would be
Yeah.
thinking in his head, "Oh my God, is Devin okay?"
Well, yeah, I've
Yeah.
spent so much damn time and effort making sure that kid stays alive that I'm not about to lose him at all. Which reminds me, I need to steal a body while we're here. Just FYI, guys.
Well, if Carlton doesn't start spilling some information, we might have one.
Yeah. We need to get a body too. So it's not for good though.
I just start snapping my finger. Carlton, snap out of it. I know you can't focus right now because of all this shit, but the more you sit here and do this, the less time we have to find Alice and get this taken care of. So we need to know where she is, where we're going, what's going on.
Okay, he says, right. Okay, so during the day, she's probably with the resistance training at the supply depot, the warehouse.
Okay. Levi?
Yeah, so we should head there.
Do you have any idea where that is? Because this whole place looks like a fucking supply depot. It all looks the same to me. It's circular.
Don't be planetist.
I'm sorry.
Or is it architecturist? I don't know. You young people are supposed to be nicer.
He's 15.
You're
We need a
being
break.
old and difficult. So
Hi, I'm Levi. Have we met?
Okay, so
there's
so you guys are going to basically charge over to the supply depot. Are you going to load up in a vehicle? Because Carlton Green has a vehicle.
yeah, let's
Yes.
confiscate that thing.
I mean, it's not very fast. It's basically like a tractor, but yeah, is when it comes to speed. But yeah, still better than walking.
We plow the whole way there.
Let's not.
Thank you, D20 TV. I actually forgot to remove my bennies because I've used a couple, but I still have 3 now.
You're off the Christmas list. Nah, you should only have 2. No?
Why does it say I have?
Use 2.
Why does
no,
it
you
say I
should
have
3.
What? Yeah. Why does it say I have 4 in Fantasy Grounds?
Do you start with 4 because there's 4 players?
Yeah, but I used
Well, he
2
starts
already.
with 4. He's used 2.
Oh.
It just says so. I'm using 1, but I'm not using 1. All right.
Is the
For some reason it says I had 3. But hey,
is the Griffin Explorer
Thank you,
between us
D20
and the
TV.
supply depot?
the Griffin Explorer between you? Nope, that'd be too easy. That'd be too nice.
Okay, cool.
More like the Griffin exploded. Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon?
Boo! I'm not
It's
helping you.
only
with that one. I
partly
just baited your ass.
exploded. It's still partially there.
Okay.
Whole. What's the opposite of exploded?
Imploded?
Definitely not.
I still might be able to fix it.
You can fix anything. I can trust you. All right, now.
Give it enough time.
Okay, so you guys are on that little putter and heading over there, and you guys get to the supply depot, and as you see a shuttle on your way there, you see a shuttle, a rather large shuttle, painted red and silver, coming down from the sky in the distance.
Carlton, does she have a comms, whatever, communicator?
He says, yeah, yes. Do you want to just try to see if we can reach her that way?
Yeah, just send her a text saying, shuttle incoming, not your best friend.
Okay. All right. So he contacts her, and we see a quick video, or we'll say audio, since you're in a vehicle, between her and him. And he says, I have friends here that are looking for you. He says his name is Levi Roosevelt. Yes, that Levi. That's what he says he is.
You're not helping.
He says, look, he says that we need to meet. The Vicanian soldiers are going to be trying to find you right now. Apparently, Ivan De Palma was grabbed. There's a Vicanian cruiser coming. He says, look, Levi. And he points to the cruiser. It's parking at the beach not far from you guys.
I will turn to not intercept, but like be between the shuttle and the supply depot.
Can Arthur make a repair roll to feed maybe some gasoline into the air intake, or however this works, to give it a boost of speed?
Priming the carburetor? What are we doing here?
He wants to make the vehicle go faster, whatever that means.
I mean, it's not really like a spaceship with all kinds of dials and electronic things. It's really just like a. I'm gonna say no on that. I don't really think there's a way to do it, right? Yeah, it's really just like a crank up, kind of vehicle. So it's just really just like a yeah. But you could maybe come up with some other kind of way to help them, I guess. But that's probably not one that could help right now. Maybe you could use notice rolls to help guide them somehow.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna try to get between them, and so that would be like you're gonna try to you're gonna pass the vehicle through the streets of the town, maybe. And try to make sure the vehicle stays between the Vicanian soldiers and the supply depot? You're basically wanting to cut off the soldiers, essentially, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to be between the soldiers and the supply depot, just to be...
I just want to make sure you're not charging the beach to fight the soldiers. Okay.
No.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Because we see a cruiser, Vicanian cruiser, like, landing at the beach. So I want to make sure that's not what was happening. Like, the four of you are not charging a beach to fight an entire... okay. All right. Because that would be really fun.
I think it'd be fun.
I prepared a map for it, just in case you guys fucking did it. So...
It may still happen.
All right. Okay. So we see you guys... okay, let's do that then. Let's just do it. Let's do it, man.
Say to Levi, hey, Levi, can you maybe call Charlie and ask him what the fuck is going on?
Charlie's in the other system, so that'd take a long time to get a response.
I'm still wondering how they know where we are.
But yeah.
Well, they scanned our faces. I'm sure that has something to do with it.
Yes,
but that would also allude to the Acadian forces and Draco working together.
Yeah, that's still weird.
Business is business, but
I love it how you guys you think different things are happening right now. It's funny.
There was a small part of me that was hoping that Alice was driving the Draco ship and she had just stolen it, but
Should have spent a Benny. Could have avoided this whole thing.
Well, resize button ain't working. There we go.
Ooh, look at this pretty map.
I know. Just got this one a couple days ago.
This is the one you got off that sale you were talking about?
No, I had this one. I got this one through being a Patreon. I think.
I like it.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be Star Wars-ish, but it still works.
Looks kind of like
Yeah.
Tatooine.
Mos Eisley or something like that. But it still works because I made the buildings round because of blizzards. Sorry, hurricanes. All right. And we're going to do... And we're going to set some... So you guys got a vehicle... Your vehicle doesn't have any weapons on it? So I'm assuming you guys are not going to stay in your vehicle. Right?
Are we just using it for cover?
Using
yeah,
it for cover.
behind.
That's what I was figuring too. And is the plan to basically just like protect her until she gets here? Is that what you're thinking? Or backs you up, or she gets somewhere else? Is that the plan?
To let them. The plan is not to go in shooting. The plan was to.
Because they're going to catch up
Have
to you.
Aston
They're
do
going to
some-
catch up to you because their vehicles are faster than yours. They're going to catch up to you
Yeah.
in the streets of the city.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the plan would be to try and verbally stall them somehow. And I'm telling Aston to come up with a plan for the 10 seconds it takes for them to overtake us, I'm sure.
I get 2
And see about
persuasion
that.
rolls.
I did bring my foam grenades, so we've got some of those,
Sweet.
and EMP grenades because I had some of those left over.
Okay, then before I draw the map, then before I lay all the tokens out, because I might not have a scene. So you guys are getting pursued here, and they catch up to you at around this, like at this point in the market, pretty much. It's obvious that you're not going to outrun them any further.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to avoid this anymore. Be specific in your plan.
How many people are there?
There are two crafts following you. 2 like troop transports.
Okay. Is it like determinable how many people are on each one, or is it like a closed vessel?
It looks like they're probably about 8 to 10 people probably.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
How close are we to the spaceport where the Griffin Explorer is parked?
I will say 500 meters from here.
Okay. Because there was a second ship there, presumably in working order.
And are these Dracotech troops? Or are
These are the Vicanian red
Vicanian.
painted.
Okay. So, well, then they have to be working together if they're after us for some fucking reason. Unless
No,
they're just
that you
after
guys
us.
got in the way. You guys got in the way
Yeah.
of the ones going towards the supply depot.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So we.
Yeah.
It's like not getting out of the way of the ambulance kind of, or the cops kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're
So
basically like
we're
behind
definitely
y'all,
getting
honking, and then if you guys don't get out of their way, they're gonna start ramming you and popping shots at you with weapons that deal heavy weapon damage. Which, if you guys let it get to that point, they will obliterate his vehicle. So
crazy idea. Why don't we just get the fuck out of their way?
Because I was trying to stall them without shooting, but I'm not coming up with a
Well, I
plausible
mean,
excuse.
theoretically, we can disable their vehicles if we toss a couple EMP grenades. But
Theoretically, they can disable our bodies with weapons.
Exactly. That's my concern. And we're stuck with them here. Alice will be fine because she's somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I say the only logical thing we could do is just get the fuck out of their way. We can follow.
So how about we let them honk until they take a warning. Hopefully they take a warning shot, and then I get out the way.
Okay, so
If don't take
they
a warning
honk.
shot,
They
then
honk
I'll just-
once or twice. They honk once, then the front vehicle rams yours.
Okay.
Make a piloting
Then I'll
check.
put on the turn
Piloting
signal.
check.
Piloting check. Yeah.
Sorry, driving. Actually, are you driving it?
Oh,
Are you driving it?
probably out of habit, but I don't have that skill.
Make a driving roll.
So as soon as they hold on, don't do anything yet.
Oh,
You got a
You
critical
failed it.
failure. Okay, so when he rams your ass,
this works out better though, because now I'm
okay,
in a
so
wreck.
he rams your ass, but the vehicle gets rammed and jammed up against the side of one of the sandstone structures, but in a way, unfortunately, that breaks one of the sides of your hover vehicle, and it basically stops working. So the vehicle just like shifts and slams into the earth, and on top of that, it gets wedged. The vehicle gets wedged, and so now you're in their way, and so you can't move, and so they just keep pushing up against you. Now,
Evacuate.
this is what happens. They back up a little bit, and then they just fire the cannon at the vehicle. Okay? So all of you take 3d6 damage.
Well, that plan didn't go quite.
Okay, so
Yeah.
12.
On a 12, bruh.
What does that do for all of you?
That would be a wound.
For Arthur, that is a wound.
So as long as it's above your toughness, right?
No,
it's
it's
equal to your
if it's
toughness,
over
it's
4 over
a
your
shaken.
toughness. Yeah, if it's 4 over your toughness.
Yeah.
It's
that's what-
3 over mine.
Okay, then you're good. Spencer, that is a wound.
Yeah, it's a wound.
Wound for me too, boss.
Okay. And the whole hovercraft tumbles and flips and gets tossed out of their way. And they just barrel on through, shoving the rest of the edge of the hovercraft right on, pushing through. You guys are left on the side of the streets in the market there, smoldering upside down in the vehicle, bloodied, and you guys look in the back, and Carlton isn't moving.
Yeah, of course not.
Is it capable for him to be healed?
Make a healing skill
'Cause I have
if you
the-
want to see if he's alive.
Yes.
Or
Well,
you
the
can
thing
just
is, I
use
have
your
the
psychic powers
ability-
to try to heal him. Either
Yeah.
one.
So I have that, but it says for extras, it's up to the GM's discretion
Yeah.
if they can actually be.
Yeah, I guess I'm just telling you that you don't have the healing skill, so you don't know if he's alive or dead. But he doesn't. He's not conscious, and he's bleeding.
Arthur will check to
Ow.
see if he's alive or dead.
Sure, make a healing roll. You're not sure either.
Well, let's see.
If he's got a pulse, it's very faint.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so
If you. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna first heal him.
Okay.
And at this point, you guys are gonna see the glossed over look again, where Aston doesn't seem to be himself. and he is going to heal Arthur, and he ain't gonna do that. I was gonna try to heal Spencer, but that's a crit fail on that.
Aston? Did you take a wound from that flip?
Oh, I did take a wound. Yes. Sorry.
Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, so technically you were shaken, but basically you could have spent a second to come out and be woozy, and the shaking would have went away. We weren't in combat, but
Okay.
but anyways, but you critically failed on healing Aston. Okay.
No, on Spencer.
Sorry, sorry, Spencer. Okay, all right. Okay, technically that is critically failing a psychic roll.
Yes.
Not a healing skill, which is different. Would you look up critically failing on arcane background sonics and see if there are examples on what that can lead to?
Yeah.
Maybe they give some
no
examples.
information on that.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if the full PDF does.
There's usually no information removed from the rule set, but you can double check. Used to be rules in previous editions for what happens, but okay. So you do heal Carlton Green. You do heal Carlton Green. So make sure you count off the PowerPoints.
Yeah, I took all the.
By the way, your PowerPoint
off.
should have been back up to full by the time when this game began.
Yeah.
And so, why you're down to 1 again?
Yeah, so I did 3 heals. So I healed Carlton, I healed Arthur, and then I crit failed when trying to heal Spencer.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so you healed 3 people. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, so you healed both Arthur and Carlton, and Carlton kind of his eyes open again, and the wound closes. And when you go over to Spencer and you try to heal him, I'm gonna say that there's a slight moment where there's like a difficulty of striking a balance between whose mind is in control, and it distracts you. And we'll just use the normal rules for failing a healing check right now, and we'll just have Spencer suffer another wound because he loves that.
Can I say that
Unless
I take
you have
it, seems
another
how it's psionics?
Huh?
Can I say that I take another wound? Seems how it's psionics.
Ooh, like a psychic backlash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay, I like that.
okay. So I'll take it
Yeah.
off.
So that would be like the internal struggle that I'm having with him taking over my body again, and trying to gain it back, and this time being a little bit more difficult. Almost like when I got hurt, it kind of took over an autopilot and started doing this. And around the time when he was about to heal Spencer, I start regaining control, and it turns into kind of this internal, like, stop fucking doing that.
Very cool. And so it backlashes back into you, the psychic energy, and you take the brunt of it, and you take on a second wound.
Yep. And
Oh,
then
shit.
you just see his eyes sort of like glaze over for a second, and he just falls back and hits the dust. Just poof.
And you feel a wince of pain, Spencer, but you are still injured, but you're not worse for wear.
Okay, maybe I have time to get some kind of med pack or first aid kit or something.
Yeah.
How far
At least
outside
Arthur,
we
though, is not wounded anymore, so he could maybe kind of use healing on you.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the scene to play out. Seeing Aston fall back after attempting to heal Spencer, Arthur will come up with his med pack and attempt to heal Aston. Can't heal the psychic damage, but hopefully the physical.
So, oh, darn. Okay.
Oh, what?
No, you're fine. I have yet again the hot iron and whiskey adventure card, which is the.
Oh,
But it has to be out of combat and stuff.
I don't need any more scars.
I know.
I mean,
It's
Spencer's
such a
still
weird
damaged.
card to have in like a heavy sci-fi game, right? But it happens. Because
Well, it made a lot
we
of
seem
sense
to be
on the
having
last planet.
games. We seem to be having games that are in like these super remote locations, though, right? When it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But an 11.
Just to remind
Nice.
people in
Yeah.
chat, just to drop those bennies, and y'all got those raises, guys. Spend those channel points on raises for the party,
Yeah.
so that can help people out.
Well, Arthur got a raise on healing Aston.
On
Not 2
Aston
wounds?
or Spencer?
Aston.
Oh,
Because Aston
look
was
at that.
looking worse for the wear.
Okay, then that actually removes your wounds that you just suffered. So
Nice.
we see he hits you with a nano injection, and then he wraps it with bandages, and it'll take time for the nano injection to heal your wounds, but and then he follows it up with another injection that'll help you with painkillers for now. So the wound penalties are gone.
Any love for Spencer?
Yeah, I mean, do you have any rules about you can't heal right away after you've? Can I just go ahead and try healing Spencer?
You can. It's just remember it takes time to
I-
make healing checks. Just remember.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes for each one, I think.
Yep.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well,
Levi, are you allowing the team to stall this long?
I mean, yeah, because I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to the ships anyway. So hopefully between a mild stall and having called ahead, they got out.
Okay.
all right. Gonna roll for healing Spencer. Oh dear.
God damn, Spencer, you are not meant to be healed.
I shouldn't have asked. Like, fuck.
So he uses an injection on you, but for some reason this injection doesn't take to your system well for some reason, and he didn't give you the wrong drug or anything like last time. It just doesn't because he's more accomplished than that now. But and maybe we discovered that you're allergic to this drug, right?
Yeah, God damn
And it's not his fault, right? This time.
it. Okay.
It's
And
not my fault.
Apparently,
see-
I have an adverse reaction to too much fentanyl. So,
yeah, something like that. And so we see you. He kind of goes into like anaphylactic shock or maybe something like that for a moment, and you guys manage to recover it. But after a moment, his bleeding has worsened before you guys are able to recover him, and it's only made his condition worsened. So
just sitting there on the ground, I'm like,
How many power points do you get back if you spend a Benny?
I believe it's either 1d6 or 5. I think it's.
Spencer, do you want to be healed and have a scar for a month?
I don't care about the scar.
I'm gonna take out my laser pistol and I don't know, do something with it that makes the end of it get really, really hot. And okay, hold still, and then zzz, and
No, they've got to hold me down.
hold him down for a sec, and play that on him because why not?
It's 5 per Benny.
Okay. Where did you find that at, by the way? Because I looked at the section of bennies and it says using bennies. It's not there. Powers. There we go. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Sorry.
Yeah, let's say it's
Okay, I
on
missed it.
page
Yep, 5. Okay.
whatever page this is.
I said 5 or if I wanted 6. I don't know why. Okay. All right.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so you use the Benny. So Spencer has 2, and you now have 2. Okay.
All wounds are recovered. Permanent scar.
All right. So, and that means you're going to get a -2 to persuasion rolls.
He was so persuasive before.
He does. He'll never shut up.
Taking those wounds off.
Okay. So what is that? You're just basically like grabbing a piece of metal or something like that that's left over inside this vehicle that you guys are still stuffed inside for protection, and then basically you use maybe a torch from Hakel's repair
I
kit.
said I was going to use try to overcharge the laser pistol sort of a thing and use the energy from that.
Nice.
Not like shoot him, but
Yeah, but put the butt of it maybe against it. Like when you pull instead of
that
pulling
kind
the
of
trigger,
thing.
like you just
Yeah.
tap it so it heats up, and you just put the butt up against it, and you just
Yep.
nice, very cool.
I start screaming.
Of course you do.
Fucking you guys are assholes. Like, big time.
Hey, everybody's back to
Not
full hit
bleeding
points
out,
though,
are
which
you?
is ridiculous. I can't believe you guys got back to full hit points after all that. So, because I really hammered you guys with that one. Okay. So now you guys can crawl out of the vehicle, and you guys see people in the town, all around you guys, just kind of they're just peeking out of their houses, looking at what's happened, and like hushed tones, talking amongst themselves, what's going on? Goodness, what is that vehicle there? Are they okay? But no one's coming over to help you.
guys. We gotta move. Let's swing within eyeshot of the Griffin Explorer to check out the damage, and then head to the whatever rebel meeting place. Unless Carlton or somebody has a better hidey hole in mind.
Carlton says, just says, "But we're going over there to the supply depot, right? To check on Alice, correct?
You told him to get out of there, right? And then
But we have to be certain
Vicanians
she made it
all
out,
showed up.
right?
Do you want what happened to our vehicle to happen to us directly?
But that's my wife and the rest of the resistance.
And it's
That's why you came here, Levi,
Possibly.
right?
possibly Levi's daughter. We're all vested in this.
You not have a meeting place. That's what I was asking earlier. Surely you knew you would be found out, the resistance.
I'm not
and
one of the resistance. I'm just a chemist.
Didn't she share like an emergency?
No,
Meeting
because
place?
I'm the kind of person that would crack under pressure. I'm not a soldier.
You don't say. Okay. Yeah, how far from here is the warehouse?
Yeah.
It's about, I don't know, 900 meters north,
And how far away is the Griffin?
500 meters.
Okay. Let's
East.
go to the Griffin.
Okay.
Let's go see if the shuttle's intact.
Of course,
the
he's
ship or
resistant to the
anything.
idea at first, but if you guys just keep walking, he's not going to go by himself.
Like, hey,
Okay.
you can walk a mile that way if you want to, but we're going to walk half a kilometer this way and get in a ship and then fly over there. And then that way we can carry more firepower.
Okay.
And more people, hopefully.
Okay. So you guys get to, you said eyesight of the Griffin. Arthur, it would be a repair roll just to ascertain how bad it is.
Oh, okay. 8.
Why did you spend a Benny?
I spent a Benny to get my PowerPoints back.
Oh, sorry, I just now saw it. Okay, I've got it. I knew you did it, but I don't know why I just now saw it on the screen. Okay,
No worries.
gotcha. Okay, so the repair roll. Okay, so you determined that 2 of your landing gear is busted, 2 of your 3, which is why it tilted and fell on its nose and on its side. 1 engine has taken damage, and it looks like some of your grounding lights are shut off which means you probably took electrical damage.
Hmm.
But I mean, you're confident that with some repairs she'll fly.
Okay.
It doesn't look as
Arthur-
bad as you might think.
Arthur passes that on to the party, especially
Arthur,
Levi.
what's the prognosis that my suit is fine?
Well, it looks like it's mostly external damage, so I suspect your suit is just fine.
Does it look like the shuttle bay that has the shuttle in it got hit? Does that-
Yeah. Sure, I'll allow
You
it.
know
I'll
what?
say you're
You
on
know-
that side. You say that the shuttle bay is clean. For the sake of brevity, to help you guys get around faster, we'll say the shuttle bay is clean.
I was going to go in there and just make sure Devin's okay.
Okay. So
Let's
y'all
make
guys.
sure there's nobody watching, like obviously guarding it or something like that before we try to run up.
Scout the perimeter first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do I
Somebody
see
did a good
anybody
job.
standing guard?
guard duty. Exactly what he's doing.
There's definitely no one standing guard in front of your Griffin Explorer. No one around the landing pad. No one like watching the landing pad. But you do see two personnel over by the Dracotech ship, which you recall landed right beside yours. Sorry, that's not right beside yours. It's 2 vehicles down because your ship landed beside the other transport, and then the Dracotech vessel beside that one.
And they're the ones that shot the ship, right?
Yep.
So unless someone stops me, I'm going to start walking in that direction.
Did you tell us that you see the Draco ship? Do I notice the Draco ship?
Yeah, I'm
I
assuming all of you
probably-
see the Draco ship.
Okay, cool.
I didn't say anything though.
Okay. I say, Arthur, give me the grenades.
Which ones, EMP or the foam?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you can have them all.
I'm
Okay.
going to catch up with Aston and hand him one of each.
At this
So-
point, I'm unzipping the Astra Unum garb and kind of peeling the top part off to expose my synth weave underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That reminds me, I should tear the patch of Astra Unum off and put it in a pocket.
Because you don't want to be doing anything under the name of Astra Unum.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Actually, Jeremy used a card too, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Quick reminder to everyone: join the Discord if you want to be notified of when our games are, and also potentially join other one-shots. So like that, we just had a wonderful vampire one-shot, and we've got a Conan 2d20 that I'm preparing. So, which if you like the combat in this game,
it took twice.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking about doing the Conan 2d20 as a special event. So,
Nice.
because it might take 2 or 3 sessions. So, okay, so you're just
That's
like
just standard
you're just
for your
walking
one-shots,
up.
though.
So you and Levi are just walking up. Aston and Levi are just walking up with grenades out.
I'm not.
And
I
you
don't
just
have
start
any
throwing
weapons
them?
out right now.
Sorry, Levi is walking up with grenades out.
No, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of I got cargo pockets or something to that effect. right?
Okay, so you
They're
got
not
them
out
from
now.
Arthur, but you're not like holding
Yeah,
them.
I'm not like,
So-
here's my thermal detonator.
Well, they're not exactly small, so unless you have like an ammo belt, make a stealth roll. I'd say -1 to hide them because they're
Are
pretty.
you guys
bulky.
walking up to the Griffin Explorer?
No,
or
they're
the
going over to the
Draco
No, the
Dracotech ship.
Draco.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a map for that one, so we're just gonna have to use the.
Hang on. We're going to Benny that. Benny. Stealth with the -1.
God. damn it.
What? What?
Throw that fucking grenade.
So he's
they see it.
so he's like so
Oh,
you got the
it's just-
grenade and you're just like you're putting it in your pocket, right? And you have a hard time like shoving it down in your cargo pants, right? And you have to stop for a second to shove it down in your cargo pants. And these guys are like got like helmets and stuff and like body armor, which is equipped with like say zoom magnification and stuff on their helmets. And they just happen to look at just the right time. And they look at you and we're actually gonna just trigger combat from the like that far away. Because one of them is
Oh,
going
really?
to raise up his marksman rifle and just pop shots at you. Guys. And you guys can thank Levi for triggering the combat at such a far distance. Okay.
Just to be clear, they're shooting at Levi, not me, right?
Well, you're
I don't
walking
have any-
near him, so I mean it's not good for either of you. It's not good
By
for either of you,
association,
man.
huh? Levi, I was going to use my 2 persuasion rolls before I shot at them.
He's gonna use like it was gonna do much
Shout from
fucking
here.
good.
I don't know how far away we are.
There's still 2 people that have adventure cards, right?
Yeah, they're not great. What is our orientation relative to the Draco ship and the Griffin Explorer?
It's a
What do
triangle.
you mean like which way
Like-
the ship's facing?
Well, like how close are we to each one?
I'd say that each ship is about your ship nose to end is like 144 feet. So if it's half as wide
I
as
think
it is
he's asking
long,
how far away.
that's
how
what I'm
far
asking.
away are
So I'm
we
trying to do the
from-
math. It's probably about 300 feet, maybe like 100 yards, maybe even say 200 yards. I would say the pad is actually probably made to accommodate bigger ships. I'd probably say there's about 300 yards. So I'd probably say they made it about. You guys are probably on the pad of the other ship. So there's probably. I'll actually just to make it easy, I'll say there's like 100 yards. Y'all are 100 yards away. So
From either ship?
from them.
How close is the Griffin Explorer then?
You can be as
okay.
close to the Griffin Explorer as you want to be.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have to go up, trouncing up with them.
Right. Well, that's my thought is while they were heading that way,
Yeah.
is the Griffin Explorer oriented so that its gun is
What is your plan? Just tell me what you want to do, and I'll make it
Oh, I
happen.
want to know if
Instead of 20
if we
questions.
could use the gun on the Dracotech ship. from the Griffin.
You want to turn the turret and then fire at the Dracotech ship? Sure. Well, you can try to,
Theoretically.
but you're gonna be limited in what you can shoot because there's another ship between yours and theirs.
Right.
But you can try to shoot in that direction. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I was asking.
Yep. Okay. So Carlton Green sees this start happening, and he flips out and just starts running.
Good.
And they are leveling a marksman rifle at you, Levi. At any moment, they're going to pull the trigger. What do you do? They're 100 yards from you.
You're muted.
Am I? There I am. I would like to move away from Aston and towards any sort of cover if there is cover.
And if you're wondering what that means on pace, that is 50 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to try to look for cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the closest thing to you for cover is that dish tower thing. And I'll say that. I'm going to deal a card. If you If you get a heart or a diamond, it is you can reach it in this turn with a run. If you get 4 or higher on a run, die. Did it deal the card? No. Okay, heart or diamond. Okay, get a 4 or higher on a run, die.
Wah, wah.
Nope.
I mean, yeah.
Did
I'm old
someone-
and slow.
Did someone play an adventure card there? Out
Play
of
to
the
get the
frying
party
pan?
out of some trouble or deadly incident.
I think Shane may have accidentally played that one instead of doing the card.
Oh, he dragged that
Oh.
instead of the
Oh, that was my
action
bad.
card.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for
I'm gonna
spotting
say, who
that.
the fuck did that one? That's worse.
No, that was me. Sorry. I grabbed the wrong card out of the wrong deck. Thank you for spotting that. I was like, did Levi play that? Because I saw you guys trade each other cards. Okay. Okay. Levi, do you want to shoot anybody?
I don't.
You can still shoot.
60.
You'll take major penalties probably, but you can still shoot.
Sure, why not?
22 Jesse just gave us a raise too. Take advantage of that shit. We got 3 of
Okay.
them now.
Do you have any kind
So
of
the
rifle or anything?
No, I have pistols.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, so you're at the highest range band, which is -4, and then you take the -2 for running as well. So apply -4.
oh,
Oh.
-4. I was
Yeah.
clicking the run die.
It'll automatically do that because you've already ran once.
Okay. Overcharge.
I guess I
not
can
the
actually
right
put a
thing to
grid
drag.
out here, but
Oh, jeez, what did it do now? Whatever. This one.
I'll get another map out here, and we'll just apply a grid over a map. Actually works. It's higher quality, and we can zoom
What
in.
is your shooting roll? The D6?
No,
No,
that's
it's
the
a
wild die that rolled the best, so it shows the one that rolled the best.
Yep.
Yeah, it always shows the one that rolls the highest.
No, I'm just asking what his shooting die was.
Oh, okay. No.
I think it's 10.
Yeah.
A -4 and another -2. Fuck.
Do this. This will make it better. You won't have to keep trying to range penalties, hopefully. Oh, there's not enough. Not enough squares on the table.
Theater of the mind until we get closer.
I mean, you can always set up like
Oh.
a 20 grid and then set up 5 inches per grid until we get close enough for it to actually matter.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
right.
do the
That's
little
right.
swivel down, change it to 5.
Oh, yeah. That little button there, 5 inches per grid. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Teach me that. I forgot you can do that. That's what I did then. So we can put just Levi out there so he's got a distance scale so you don't have to keep changing range penalties. And then I'm just going to put all you guys down there. We're just doing it for scale.
You don't want to do a map like what I do and just draw it all out.
Oh!
It takes too long now.
So a thing that applies not to this role, but oh no, I ran a Aston wasn't near me. Never mind. Okay. Darn it. I have tactician. So is that the one? If I'm actually near enough to other players, then I can give them a different, what is the word? Initiative card.
Ah.
I'm supposed to get 2, or I get a second one, and the second one I can give to another player or extra that's within combat, etc.
Yeah, that's one of the ones Fantasy Grounds doesn't do itself like it's supposed to.
Sorry, I'm being quiet. Okay. All right. Who is next? Levi went. Levi, and you shot at them, and you missed hugely. Aston, you are beside Levi. He just tried to run for this tower, and he didn't make it there in time, and he took off in that direction, though, and he just popped shots with his laser pistol as he was running towards it. And, 23 Jesse redeemed the crew a raise. Thank you, Jesse. The crew will be needing it to take these guys down. Thank you so much. Now, you guys, you have 3 raises. Aston, what do you do, man?
So they see him with the grenades. They see me walking near him. I'm guilty by association.
Pretty much, yeah, unfortunately.
Can I start waving my hands at them and screaming help?
You can try, but that's going to be hard as hell. I'm gonna say a -6 on that, because you guys were just walking along beside each other. There was no like binders. There was no nothing involved. I mean, that's like it's suspicious as fuck. You gotta admit. So
No, for sure it is. That's why.
yeah,
I was asking.
-6.
And
He
what?
gets 2 rolls.
Well, are we doing persuasion or are we doing performance?
Is there a performance
Because if
skill?
it's performance at a -6,
Is there a
I'm not even gonna
performance
attempt
skill?
it. There is.
A good entertainer can lift the spirits, rally a crowd in action, or simply earn a few bucks. Acting. I mean, it is deception, but so is acting.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that then. That I
Yeah.
won't. There's no way I could do it.
I think at a certain point, something is so ridiculous that it's not even rollable. So
I would
I'm gonna say
agree.
that, yeah,
I would
Yeah.
argue that this is not quite that bad. Because, I mean, I just think logically in my head that if I had a captor that was walking with me and telling me not to fucking move, and then all of a sudden a gun was aimed at him and he ran, I could take that opportunity to be like, hey! But I wouldn't be able to. I'm not that good of an actor.
yeah, yeah. But they would probably
so-
shoot anybody anyways because they don't care who's the captain and who's not.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
So between me and them, what is there? So Levi ran over to like a tower on the side. Isn't there another ship somewhere between us?
I'll just draw a little arrow at the tower thing. Yeah, you guys are right here near a little ship thingy.
Would I be able to kind of?
We'll make a little cone for it, like a little ship right here.
Would I be able to like scurry
Yeah.
over and try to take some cover behind that?
Like try towards landing, like maybe like a landing, like landing gear or something like that.
Yeah, just anything to obscure my
Yeah,
view. So
but
I'm
like
not
just like
seeing-
Jeremy though, I mean you're not gonna get to it in one turn. So
Okay. Well, let's see how close I can.
you
get.
guys were just in a terrible, like the worst spot to get caught because I had to make it a penalty for getting a critical failure. So
Yeah. We
Okay.
I ran just as fast as Levi.
yep. So you're going nee, and you're trying to get there, but no dice. It's just too far away right now. So
Yep.
all right. Okay. So Spencer, what do you do?
So I'm probably in there just trying to tapping away on the computer, trying to make sure Devin's alive when I hear all this happening.
So you're you're running up into the ship and trying to get to your computer. Make an athletics roll to see if you're in your ship by now.
Well, I was probably
Because they were just
I was
walking. They were strolling over to the bad guys. But I'm still going to require an athletics roll to see if you got up to the ship.
Okay. Come on, athletics.
Yeah, okay, so you got to your computer, you just rushed in, you just slid into your chair, and you start typing away at your computer. You did spend a beanie to save Devin, so he is okay.
Okay, good.
So you've assured that he is okay, but you spent your action making an athletics roll. So, actually, that's a movement. So, no, that doesn't count as an action. So, what do you do?
So next action.
Now, you can do something. What do you do? I mean, if there's an action you could think of.
It was just basically hook up to the computer and just start downloading him. Because I'm just
Downloading him? To what?
Well, I have a cyber deck.
Yeah, you can download into the cyber deck. Just remember, like last time, when you download into your cyber deck, it basically takes over like all functions of your cyber deck, as long as he's on there.
Yeah, because I'm just super worried that something's gonna happen to this ship, or we're gonna get separated from the ship, or
Sure.
not to fucking say that my cyber deck isn't gonna fucking explode, but it's something. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because I think right now, I mean, they tried to blow up the ship. It's probably going to get impounded or something.
Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll roll a d6 every turn. When it hits a 6, we roll a 6. He is in your cyber deck.
Just how long it's going to take.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll a 6.
Mhm.
Roll a 6. Rip that band-aid off.
Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to stay here, by the way. You can leave the cyber deck hooked up and start the download.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I realized it's like.
Yeah, it's like inching up, right?
So I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to run to one of the sides of the ship where all the action is, because if I can peer outside, I might be able to bolt somebody.
Okay, the ship doesn't really have like windows at the sides. I mean, you can see the windows on the cockpit, like the bridge. You see the image we got?
I'll go to the bridge.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right. That'll be your movement next turn. Okay, and...
Oh, shit.
What, the name of them? Dracotech Elite? Is that what made you go, oh shit?
Just oh shit, because it's their turn.
Oh, okay. So he is going to take a -2 because he is snap firing it. But that's something at least. I'm spending a Benny on that.
Nice.
Jeez. Why is that medium range? Should be right at. Oh, because we moved. Oh, at an angle. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Still, it's fine. It's fine.
See that Jeremy tried setting us up. He set that guy right at range.
I actually didn't plan that, but I was like, hee. When I looked at it, I was like, hee. And the other one, like moves his pace forward, which would be just 1. And he's going to do the same thing with his rifle. I mean, thank goodness you guys, they're snap firing. And they're rolling terrible. 3, 2, 1.
So the bullet whizzes past me. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Whizzes past you, and like your ears start ringing because these bullets are like such high caliber. They're like 55 caliber, you know, and they're like electromagnetic rounds.
That'll be great when we kill them and take them from their corpses, right?
Yeah. And a third is alerted inside and will be coming out shortly. Arthur Hakel.
Fuck him too.
What do you do?
All right. So are we? Is this landing port in the on the edge of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, pretty close. It's like right on the edge of town, so like there's town like right there beside you. But yeah.
Okay. So there would be potentially townsfolk nearby.
Yes. He's wanting to know if he critically fails the shooting roll, if he's going to kill innocent civilians.
Well,
The answer is yes.
I have. The answer is what?
The answer is yes.
Okay. Well, my thought actually is to play this. I don't know if
Mom
it's going
of
to help
angry
or hinder.
locals join the fight. Whether they're friends or foes depends on the situation. Okay.
My opinion may be a little biased, but I think that these people probably don't like Draco Tech.
I'm guessing not. Or it could be the Viking.
No, I haven't figured out. I haven't figured out what they are.
Okay.
No worries.
And Arthur's heading to the Griffin
per
Explorer.
hero. Wow, that's a lot of them. Five, 6, 7, 8. My God, that just turned the tides. Okay, jeez. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is what happens. We're going to drop him in right here. Levi, you see coming from the town, just past the tower and the radar dish, the satellite array, you see a scattering of people wearing masks, helmets, mixed-matched armor, carrying equipment, what you believe to be a loose sail of resistance members.
Viva la resistance!
And they are charging up towards to assist you guys and your ship. That was pretty. That was pretty big. Pretty big deal,
Yeah.
guys. That was a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
And
All right, Spencer,
so
use your
this.
card. Drop the whammy. Turn all the resistance into super gods.
All right, Arthur, what do you do? Oh, that's right. You drew your card. Now you got your action.
He is going to enter the Griffin Explorer.
Okay.
you said the landing lights were off, but Devon's being downloaded, so some electrical systems are
Yep.
working.
Something's being not working.
Okay. You remember when we got hacked by a drone? On
You were?
Yeah, Tychus 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was like
Beginning.
wow, like episode 4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
really early on.
Yeah.
Um,
Good on you for remembering that.
how long would it take Arthur to rig a drone to be able to do that to a Dracotech ship? I mean, would he be able to do it in a reasonable
Did you ever
amount
put the
of time?
manipulator arm on it?
Let me look.
I think you did, didn't you?
I bought some, or I let's see. Oh yeah, I've got remote computer access and manipulator arm that he invented.
Okay. All right. How long would it take you to rig it to do that?
Well, I guess my answer is, could he do that in a reasonable amount of time in battle?
MacGyver skill.
Okay,
Roll it.
because that's what he's going to try it for then.
Yeah, sure. Roll repair.
Alright. Rolling repair. He is going to Benny that.
You made a successful.
Wait, no. Just use one of the raises. Use one of the
yeah,
raises.
use a raise.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Using a raise. Sorry, I saw the 1s and the 2, and I was like, "Oh, I failed."
Okay, so
Forgot how many
yes,
bonuses
if you
you
get
have.
since you're doing it with a raise, I'll say you do it in one action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. You pop it off in one action, and we use one of our raises. Nice, and thank you. Thank you earlier.
Jesse 23.
Yes, thank you for helping us out. 23. And so yeah, you rigged it up on the drone. And now next we'll put a drone out there on the combat.
And how do you want to handle the actual? I mean, is it gonna be hacking or electronics to get?
The drone
to
will have a hacking
compromise?
skill.
Okay.
That sounds like a good way to do it, right? I think.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. And I'll say that since you got a raise on it, then I'll say it has a hacking of D8. This action. 23 G's. Jesse, that helped us out a lot, man. Okay, so yeah, I'll say the drone has a hacking of D8. This action.
Got it.
And we put a drone out there. Y'all are managing to making this combat encounter a lot more complicated.
Cheers.
By the second. Okay, so it's out there, it's action, and you're going to float it over there to their ship?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to go... It's kind of
Oh, it
slow.
gets its own turn? Okay.
Yep. I mean, that seems like a good way to do it. So I'll say it gets about here, this turn. All right. And... the turn order. Wow, drone goes again.
Nice.
Drone gets over there. And... So what do you want the drone to do now? What's its orders?
I think it's going to land or hover on top of the Dracotech ship, out of sight, hopefully. And it's going to attempt to... What sort of weaponry do they have?
These guys with their high power electromagnetic rifles?
You mean the ship? What does the ship have?
The ship itself. I mean, yeah, because he's going to...
The ship has a... Let me take my notes to make sure I get the name right. I know what it is, but I can't recall the name off the top of my head. The ship has a slug cannon, a heavy autocannon, and alpha missiles.
Ooh, alpha missiles. We're pretty far away from them.
No. If an alpha missile goes off, your weapon, your ship will get blown up too. It fires nukes. Alpha missiles fire nukes. They're not meant to be used
like
in surface.
Tiny nukes?
No.
Itty bitty nukes?
No.
I see. The slug
That
cannon
says small burst template. That is on ship scale maps.
Oh.
What if
Yeah.
we just cracked it and it had a slow uranium leak?
But if
And
it
they might
helps,
get
a
cancer
slug cannon is like a small tank cannon,
Okay.
like an
That's
APC
the closest to
has or something like
anti-personnel
that.
we could get.
No, anti-personnel would be like the heavy autocannon.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So we will hack that then and attempt to set it to target Dracotech personnel.
Okay. Cordovon, thank you for the raise, man. Appreciate that. Awesome sauce. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we'll have that resolved, I guess, because it's gotta hack it, and then we'll do the hacking now, but we'll let you do the firing on your turn. How about that? Just so we know, because you'll help me remember to do it, right? You won't forget. 'Cause
Okay.
It's important to you.
Yes.
So we'll do the hacking now, and I'll say that that's gonna be a -2 difficulty. So
All right.
let's do this. Actually, let's
You
put
want me to roll it, or do you want to?
Yeah. Let me actually do this, and you can roll it. -2.
Oh. Well, look at that.
And Overdog just gave us another raise.
Oh, look at that, Overdog!
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Dropping the raises.
I think we're gonna need it. Can I use it?
You
You
can.
gotta Benny that. You gotta hit a success.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
gotta get a
gotta-
success. You had to get a raise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will Benny that.
You can spend a Benny on anything you control. Yes.
Okie dokie.
Arthur is spending a Benny.
Oh, I can't.
You just
drop
spend
it
one of your
on
bennies.
the dr-
Yeah, just spend one of your bennies.
Yeah, I can't drop it on the drone itself.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna Benny it again. I want this to work.
I mean, you can keep trying it each turn. It doesn't have to be resolved this turn.
Okay. Well, that's
I
that.
know you're excited to see it happen this turn, but okay. So you use 2 bennies.
I did.
Okay. Hate that took the wind out of yourselves. People in chat. Arthur's sucking on bennies, but he pulled Alyssa. Aston.
That was so fucking funny.
in his
One of my
quest and
players spent like
cliffhangers.
5 bennies and
She
rolled
pulled-
a 3 every fucking one of them.
And I had the points to give her, and I was like, I'm not feeding her fucking obsession. I'm like, I'm not, because all she's gonna do is eventually roll 1.
Oh, you went to bed before we finished that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
We ended up that session with 80 redemptions.
Jeez.
Fucking 80.
Okay, so Carlton is on the ship. I don't know if Carlton is in any way helpful here. So we're just gonna say, unless you guys, I'm actually gonna roll to see if he got his roll a spirit roll to see if he like got his wits about him. Nope. So like he didn't even like wasn't even focused enough to see you guys run to the ship. And so he just like ran towards the field or like towards
Just
the
running
structure.
off in the desert.
He just ran off towards like a structure or something like that in the nearby. And then the resistance came out and they've got weapons ready and yeah. I got him I'll put him on the map, but he's like barely on the map. All right. Resistance members. Oh good god. I'm going to use quick rolls for these guys because this could be. Okay, so this is a 5-inch grid. So I'm going to simplify it when I'm doing running. They're just going to move 2 squares. when they do running. Just to keep it simple. So we'll go running. Running. And running. 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 Actually, those guys don't run. And those 5 will take a -2 for run. And they'll make their rolls. And their rolls are shooting D6. They're not the best.
Fine. They're a distraction.
Yeah. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see how this goes. Okay, we got a couple that rolled 6. Okay, one of those guys actually hit with the -2. One of those guys, sorry, those 2 hit. Yeah, actually, those 2 hit with the -2. So no, sorry, with the penalties, one of them didn't hit. Only one of them actually hit because with the range penalties and everything like that, he still aced high enough to actually still hit. So good on him. And he's got a combat rifle in hand, and he hits one of the Dracotech elites.
Excellent.
He's shaking.
Excellent.
And on 3 that are closer by, we're just going to resolve them like normal attack rolls. So the 5 of them that are further away, they just start charging over the hill towards the landing pad with pistols and combat rifles, and they just start opening fire. Now these guys are combat trained. Okay, they may not have the natural talent, but they know how to move because Alice Hanover has been teaching them. Okay. And they're doing the right steps, right? They're moving the way they should. They're holding the weapons the way they're supposed to, and that sort of thing. And they look like they know what the hell they're doing now. And one of them lands a shot squarely in the body armor, the Dracotech elite, stunning him. But 3 of them are taking well-placed shots at the big bads. And let's see how that goes for them. So these will be at, I believe, only at small penalties. Nope, no penalty. Right at the threshold. No penalties. So, all right, let's see how it goes.
All right, we can't have the resistance killing everybody.
That'd be hilarious.
Levi,
double sixes.
Why not?
Double sixes. Oh my goodness. A raise. This would be hilarious if they kill them all. I'll say one of these bastards has a thermal pistol. That'd be dope. Kills one of them.
Can you use like 3 actions and do the run action for all 3?
These guys didn't have to run. Well, they didn't take all the penalties.
For me.
Oh.
We're so far away.
Watch this thermal missile, guys. Look at that damage. Well, it rolled terrible. Why did it roll so low? Oh, I rolled damage. I didn't roll damage. I rolled the attack.
You rolled attack
Watch the
roll.
damage on this bad boy. You guys see a small ball of gas, superheated gas, that is about 1.5 inches in diameter, explode out of his thermal pistol, and it's surrounded by a area of about another 3 inches in diameter, where the heat in the air, it distorts the air around it, and it just kind of hurls it out about the speed of a crossbow bolt, and it hits the flesh and the armor of the Dracotech's body, and it just melts and eats right through his armor, and it just kind of just it completely melts right through his body, and you see corroded and armor and blood and flesh just pop right out the backside of his body, and he falls to the ground. So this stuff eats through heavy armor.
Note to self: I need to get a thermal pistol.
Yep.
They're expensive, or I would have gotten one. Or if I just remembered they existed.
It's fine. We're like this with Anthony right now, so
You got high wealth now, guys. Y'all can manage it.
we just got like, Papa Wright, can we get a thermal pistol? We'll get Robin in here one time just so she can say "daddy" a few times to him.
Oh my god, that vampire game with the daddy shit. Y'all gotta go back and watch Vampire. Oh, that was so weird role playing that at first. I got used to it as the scene went on, but that was so weird at first. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you had to do it too.
Yeah, I had to do it. I had to role play it. All right. Let's see. Aston Courtney.
I mean, now that I see this is going on, I'm gonna go ahead and
You can make it to landing gear.
cool. How far away am I from these motherfuckers? This guy, 60. I think that's right on the range of what my pistol can do, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I could just hit him, or I can just attempt to hit him. So let's attempt to
Just
hit him.
attempt -4. Oh, look at that.
we're
When you
good.
roll those 6s like that.
All right. Yeah, I think we'll try that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I think we'll try that.
But I got GM bennies. I'm going to soak that bitch. No, it's 11 o'clock. I'll let it fly.
It's 2 wounds too.
Yeah, I'm going to let it fly. It's 11 o'clock. Okay. Arthur, the gun.
The drone
on the
is
ship.
what? Oh, on the Griffin.
Yep. No, the gun on their ship. Their gun.
Well, the drone hasn't hacked it
Yeah, it
yet,
did.
right?
Yeah, it did. I was gonna say the gun of the ship is getting in position and that kind of stuff. Oh, that's right. No,
okay.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. You still have to make the. Yeah, that's right. You failed to make the hacking roll. That's right.
Okay, that's what I
Okay,
thought.
yeah, that's right.
But the drone is essentially at this point acting on its own.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then Arthur is going to check systems on the Griffin Explorer and see if he can get it into working order, or like what state it's in. See what is really damaged. And if he can fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I think repair. I guess a repair roll would be against it. Would be to analyze it. I guess, sort of. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so
10.
yeah, so as far as what is damaged, yeah, as I said before, one of the main engines is damaged. It looks like what struck it was an EMP missile. The impact is what messed up your landing gear. The engine, what outside damage also occurred was the impact. But the engine itself, it took damage from a backfeed through the electrical system. But the problem is your electrical system took a whole lot of damage from the EMP missile. So, it's a pretty big damaging effect. It's a pretty big effect. Okay. The ship can be flown. It can be flown, but it'll be difficult to fly until the engine's repaired.
Okay.
And it'll be difficult to land until the landing gear is repaired. but you can still dock at certain places without landing gear. You can dock at any space station that uses locking clamps, or places where you dock directly, to a ship. But that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Got
Repairing
it.
the
So it's not
engines.
something he can repair in the heat of battle.
Negative. Nope.
I have faith in you, Arthur.
Nope. Straight up no.
Okay.
But how do the cannons on the Griffin look?
Yeah, are those up and running?
Anti-personnel.
Yeah, you can use any of the weapons on the ship. But any conferred benefits that come from electronics, or any benefits that would come from, like, say, targeting systems or whatever, they will not work.
I don't think Arthur should
Like,
be
the cameras inside the ship are all offline and that kind of stuff. So you'd be firing blind in the ship.
Do you have the shoot skill at all?
Yeah, he's got a D6 now.
Okay.
But still, civilian casualties.
You could always pop up on the speaker and say some morale boosting shit to give us all bonuses on shoot skill.
I guess. What do
I mean,
I
unless
need
you got another idea. I'm just trying to think of ways to make this helpful.
Yeah, no, I know.
You can maybe use if your way of helping is getting them to shoot the ship, you could use like science skill to tell them where to shoot the ship. If that's your plan is to ground the ship. I don't know what y'all's plan is.
Well,
but shooting bad guys, you can't really be much help there.
He thinks we have a plan.
Well, okay, my thought is if we can commandeer the Draco Tech ship, we can get resistance fighters off planet if we need to.
That's good.
So I don't want to damage the ship.
Yeah.
Originally I was going to, but not now.
Yeah, that's what Aston's plan is too. Exactly that.
Excellent.
I think he's just trying to steal Arthur's idea.
Arthur is going to make some more EMP grenades because he now has none.
Okay. All right, let's make a repair roll.
All right.
Yep, you got another repair. You got another EMP grenade.
Okay. And that is his turn.
Spencer, what do you do?
You hear shooting now, Spencer.
What was that?
You said you hear shooting now.
Yeah, lots and lots of shooting coming from outside.
Okay.
Lots of shooting.
Shit. I'm still running to the cockpit.
Okay, you get to the cockpit. Arthur's in there. The all the cameras are out. All the computer terminal screens are dark. It looks like the electrical system was overloaded.
Just shoot using the force.
I look out the window and then see if I can see any Draco enemy.
Just at the edge of your vision, you see the Dracotech guys facing. I mean, you're cocking your vision to the right, like pretty much as far as you can, and you're leaning over where Levi sits in the pilot chair, and you're seeing resistance fighters like gunning down one guy as he runs out the ramp. They're fighting all together, and you see Aston. Actually, Aston's probably under the vehicle, a nearby vehicle, and you see Levi hunkered down by a satellite array.
And there's just one guy out there.
It looks like, yeah, there's just one guy out there. He's probably going to die shortly.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of hold my action. If everybody's shooting at him and he's going to die, I'll just let him die in place.
Yeah, it's probably going to end very soon, to be honest.
Yeah, if that changes, I'll just blast him.
It's just a matter of who he takes down with him. Yeah.
Oh, well, if anybody's in jeopardy of dying, I guess I'll just blast him. Say, fuck it.
What are you going to blast him with?
With what?
Mind.
Bolt?
Yeah.
Well, your bolt... Well, hold on. We talk about trappings on your character. Your bolt we've described as a concussive blast.
Mm-hmm.
You can't concussively blast someone through a cockpit.
Oh, okay. So you're saying.
So
You're also
even though
like
you can
100
physically see him, there's a physical barrier.
Okay,
between you
well,
and him.
if it's doing a concussive
Yeah.
blast,
We
I mean, you
discussed
could
that
do
in
that
the past,
from any
haven't we?
distance within sight.
No, it's actually smarts.
times 2.
It's based your smarts times 2. You're like 400 yards from him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well then no, I can't fucking do anything.
I'm about to say, God damn, that's some range.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sit there and watch this whole thing happen. I'm gonna see if Devin is okay too. He's not downloaded yet. I thought he was like outside the ship.
No, he's outside of the enemy ship. Yeah.
Spencer,
Levi.
I've got an EMP grenade if you want to take it.
You want to grab the EMP grenade? Okay, Levi, what do you do?
I'm just gonna run towards the Draco people.
Okay. All right. Okay. You can just move 2. You can just move. Move 2 spaces, 2 squares, since it's like each square is 5 inches. So
How far can you chuck a grenade?
Not that far. I looked it up. It's only 20 if it's one of the modern style, and you can't do extreme range.
40 yards. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Levi's buff.
That's a great argument. You know, as the GM, I've been swayed. Make that roll.
Shane.
Sarcasm.
That's basically it. Because it's from what I saw, there's not a way to do more than one run. Actually.
Well, you can actually fire now. 'Cause I moved you forward 2. Or did you already move forward 2?
No, I moved. I had already moved forward too.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
And so, yeah, it's
All right.
I'm good.
Okay, so the Dragotech guy, he comes out of the vehicle, and he's just gonna fire at one of the resistance guys with fully auto on his
bastard.
His laser rifle, and which has a rate of fire of 3. Yep.
Did the drone already go this round?
Yes. It went first.
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, he's just gonna fire at those. He's gonna fire actually at all 3 of them. Each died, each one.
He's just spraying.
Yep. Pretty much. I think it should do this correctly. I think it should. Curious if it does.
Do you take a multi-action penalty for shooting at multiple people or no? Or does full auto just assume that you're going to do it?
Boo. I want to take out some resistance guys so you guys can't use them next game. That's what I'm talking about. You guys will not use them as a crutch.
Just means everything has to be at grander scale.
Damn it!
Nice.
Fuck it. I have one more Benny, by God, I'm going to use it. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that damage on that laser rifle. Blows the head clean off of that. So you see a beam of laser fire out, and the beam of laser just goes right through the cranium of that resistant soldier. It's like a solid
That's
beam.
kind of Benny to say that he tripped and you missed.
And oh crap, I've got the. And then one more resistance soldier.
Do we have any adventure cards that can help that guy?
I mean,
Oh
you're
my
the only one that
God.
can play one.
My God, he's one NPC. Let me have my moment.
So actually, before the adventure card purge, I did have one that was like after the battle, just everybody gets up and
Nice.
they're
Nice.
fine.
Nice.
That's
I
what
had one
wanted.
that said that we would do double damage.
Okay,
for
so
one
that's
round
the end of the
combat.
round, but this is what we're going to do. It's one dude. It's all of y'all. He already acted. Unless he gets, like, first initiative. Okay, he got on the bottom. Y'all all kill him. Sound good?
Cool.
All
Wanted
right.
that
Let's
guy
not
to live
let's not play this.
because
Let's not draw it out. Okay.
I
He
just
dies.
wanted that guy because you rolled so much damage.
He all dies. They all die. He dies. Okay, so now, my God, y'all would roll on the adventure card that brought out like 8 resistance fighters. Okay, fucking adventure cards.
So good.
Okay, now, so what do we see at the end of that when you guys at the end of the scene? There's no Draco Elite inside the ship.
Weapons?
So you loot the Draco Elite? Okay.
Fuck yes.
Fuck yes.
We want the weapons, and they can have the ship.
The Resistance members?
Oh yeah.
Okay. They agree to those terms.
Perfect.
I'm going to ask them if they came from the supply depot or a different spot. And do they know what happened to the people?
They were scattered out among the town
Okay.
when they heard fighting. When they saw the ship flying overhead.
Do any of them know why Dracotech and the Vakenian Empire are helping each other? I can roll persuasion twice.
Both of them, all of them say they doubt they're helping each other, but they don't understand why they're here at the same time.
Okay. Okay, so Aston has already formed an opinion that the Empire is not that bad because the guard said please, and before they shot us, they honked their horn. They tried giving us warning before they did anything. I'm not convinced they're bad people.
Okay.
Dracotech, fuck these people. They're on my shit list, and I am going to kill them on sight probably because I am vengeful.
All right, cool.
And I now have a high-powered electromagnetic rifle.
There are 2 marksman rifles in the party sheet.
I will take one of those. And I hope it doesn't weigh a lot.
Yes, it does. Because it is a 55 caliber electromagnetic slug.
15 pounds. Good lord, that's not bad. We're good. And there's a fucking
Yeah, it's
thermal
really
pistol
not
in there.
for a super advanced weapon that can fire through an engine block.
Levi, grab that thermal pistol. I'm gonna grab a PDD to give it to Arthur because I broke his.
Oh, thanks.
I'm a dick, but I'm not that big of a dick. And plus, I don't have to spend money this way.
Arthur will give you your cyber deck back.
Perfect. Tradesies.
Okay, so you guys collect all the gear. I just put a crap ton of stuff in the party sheet, the inventory. So you guys need to look it over and decide what you want to keep, what you want to take, what you want to keep.
Hey, look, everybody can have tactical armor now.
Holy shit.
And a battle helmet. You can look like me.
That battle helmet's got +6 armor to headshots? Holy shit.
So a side note, when you put it on, like in the fantasy grounds for that helmets in particular, you just sort of change it to carried, not equipped, because it does the math wrong.
Yeah. I've learned how fantasy grounds do with this.
Cool.
I'm taking one of those fucking helmets.
That's gonna mess with my hair, so I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Well, you know.
It's like there's no show helmet option, unshow helmet option in Savage Worlds.
Yeah. I mean, and I got to spend a Benny to make it look fly, and that's a Benny that I might need.
Where is the party inventory? I forget how to access it.
The top symbol with the exclamation point in the top right corner with the three
Top
people.
right, got it.
Yeah. One of those options, one of those tabs is called inventory. Just drag something over to your page.
And Spencer, you should probably grab a PDD, seeing how your cyber deck is occupied.
That's a good point, actually.
You could also get a laser rifle or a combat rifle.
I'm grabbing the automatic pistol. I think the rifles, I don't know if I have the strength for those to effectively use it. Plus, I need something that's like pistol, but smaller than my laser pistol. Oh, the personal data device, is that what you were talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there was an auto pistol in there as well, so automatic
Yeah, I
pistol.
picked up one of those.
Yeah.
Does anybody mind if I take the binding foam cannon and use that for
You
grenades?
gonna carry that around? Heavy as hell.
It's just as heavy as the big rifle.
Well, it's more to. He'll probably use it for foam grenades.
Break it down into foam grades. Nice.
Yeah. Did I go?
So we said the resistance were getting the ship, right?
I mean, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Cool. So then I'm going to the power ship and changing clothes.
Put the powered
And,
armor on.
Yeah, and
Oh, me too. I'm gonna put my suit on.
figure out
So you're both gonna get dressed up. Okay.
yeah, and then we're gonna go find Allison next time.
All right, cool. So that's next mission, right? Next episode, we're gonna see you guys go into the city to try to find Allison, right? Or town, not city. Town.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we will wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate it. I hope the rest of you join us next session. Unfortunately, we will not be playing next week, but do not worry. We will be back the week afterwards. It's just because of my work. You can check in the Twitch panels below. You can see the dates and all. But generally speaking, we play every Monday for just a couple of exceptions here or there. We're back the following week, and we'll see you all then. If you guys will stick around, though, for a little bit, we will raid out to someone. And just as we're signing off, though, I want to remind y'all all to check out some of our players' content. Cliff, you can find him over at Quest and Cliffhangers. Cliff dropped the link in the chat. Also, Matt, check out his art. He's got wonderful stuff over at his gallery. You can find. Yep, Matt's illustrations. He and I both dropped it. Yeah, so he's got awesome stuff. Also, he's starting to draw some maps. Get on that, Matt. I want to see you putting some stuff on Drive Through RPG. And
Me too.
yeah, I think you'll make some moolah.
DM's Guild, they got that pay it forward right now where you get 100% profit.
Wow.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, but anyways, we will sign off here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you all in a couple weeks. Bye.